Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AGRO35. Chad v. Raw Dog 2 for the 145-pound Xbox title, and Ed Kobe versus Liam for the Xbox 155-pound title in the main event. I am excited for this one. Card stacked from top to bottom. Joining me in the booth today is our boy Kane and owner Jamie. How are we doing today, boys?
Can you
I'm
first?
absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much, Ben. How are you feeling?
Couldn't be happier. Could not be happier.
Neither could I. I can't wait.
What about you, Jamie? How are you feeling?
Absolutely buzzing. Cannot wait for this one.
Now, boys, let's take a look at the main event real quick before we really get into things. I mean, this is a rematch, and anytime that we see a rematch, you want to know what the loser has learned, right? Making the proper adjustments, tweaking their game plan to come out with the W in the second fight. Do you guys think that Raw Dog has made the changes necessary?
Well, I've spoke to Raw Dog over the past couple of days in regards to the fight. I was very interested, like I said, with it being a rematch and with the dominant fashion of the last fight. I really wanted to pick Raw Dog's mind and see if he'd really improved and if that sort of mental barricade he was able to overcome. So we'll definitely go over that as the card goes out. But some interesting things were said from Raw Dog. He's very confident in his ability, so I think it's going to be a banger. I personally do believe he will have improved more. We saw in his last fight, it was a finish by crucifix. He went out in dominant fashion, finished it in round 2. So I do believe this is going to be a lot closer. Whether it will be, we'll see tonight.
Yeah, if Raw Dog talks the talk, Raw Dog already talks the talk. If he walks the walk, then he'll be a cracking fight. I'm excited. But first up, we're starting with the highlights versus Critical Sandman. Sandman's been out for a while. He's come back and said he's the top fighter now, and we're excited to see. And highlights moved up to 170 for his debut, so this will be a cracking first fight, I believe.
And I gotta say, boys, I've sort of watched Sandman outside of this, and boy, he is a competitor. Knocking on the door of the ESFL, really in that top 50, I believe. I mean, I gotta say, this is a tough person to fight, especially this early in the card.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Another interesting thing about Sandman is what you don't really see in the 170 division is he's primarily a grappler. As you can see there, he's gone for the jiu-jitsu shark. Whether he stays with that, we don't know, but primarily he has seemed to be a sort of grappler, submission artist, and we know Highlight to be quite a masterful performer on the feet. He's pulled off some great knockouts. He's got fantastic knees, fantastic kicks. So it's going to be interesting to see if Highlight can keep it on the feet and avoid those takedowns from Sandman. Maybe the ping will play a little bit into that. Obviously, they've got over 200 milliseconds ping. But it's going to be a barn burner nevertheless. 170, which is another division that I rule that I'm very interested in developing. So hopefully these two can put on a show tonight and really put the division on notice. We could have one of these two fighters tonight with a big win could be thrusted into the upper echelon of that 170 division. So and we're getting underway straight away. It's going to be an interesting fight.
Coming in at a betting favourite.
Kane talking about,
with a cracking fight.
and it's an interesting referencing the official betting line. You've got minus 200 for the highlight and plus 185 for Critical Sandman, the underdog.
I mean, that could be the long layoff, just in terms of Sandman's not had. He's on a 2-fight losing streak in Aggro. He's not had the most time. He's had quite a bit of time off. Sorry, but Highlight's been active. He's had fights. His last fight was a win, a knockout against Hearn, someone who he'd lost to before. So we'll see if that inactivity plays a difference. He's been grinding a lot on the outside of Aggro, sort of like you said, knocking on that ESFL door, and also breaking top 20, top 10 in the world rankings. So it'll be interesting to see how Sandman plays out. We're getting started, and that's show respect from both fighters.
Absolutely.
Oh, nice denial from Highlight straight off the bat.
Now, one thing about Highlight, which is really good, is his clinch takedown defense, and it's just his takedown defense in general is next level. He's got fantastic defense, and really watch out for those knees. He really uses them in a not spammy way. He breaks them up with combos, but he really uses them in a good way. So watch for him to put that together.
Sandman coming out and showing a heavy clinch game just from the start. Nice uppercut from Highlight.
Oh,
double elbow as well.
Nice elbows there from Highlight. Breaks the clinch.
Takedown from miles away. Never going to land that. Going for the outside trip.
Oh, avoids the Otsugiri. The trip.
That's nice. We're going to see this.
Now,
in
what I'd
detail.
like to see from highlight already is just the way to deny the clinch in a sense is to push them away. That's a fantastic way to deny that clinch.
Yeah.
If you can nail that down,
This is
the
beautiful.
clinch won't
defense.
really be a problem for him. But fantastic defense from highlight.
Nice switch kick as well. Sandman's
Fantastic.
stamina is already looking low.
And this is bad news for Salmon. With a jiu-jitsu fighter, you don't really have a lot of room to strike if you've not really done damage already. So, ooh,
denial
it
again
goes
from
to the
highlight.
takedown.
What a performance!
Fantastic denial. What a performance from highlight, yeah.
Wow. He's putting pressure
What
against the
takedown
cage.
defense from highlight. Jeez. Highlight's putting on a fantastic performance so far. Look at the stamina drain already for Sandman. That's a beautiful switch lead kick to the body.
Yeah,
And this might be one of the flaws in using the Shark BJJ archetype. Again, you've got the workhorse perk on it with the less stamina grappling on the ground, but the problem is he can't get it to the ground.
Exactly, and that's the big issue with the sort of more ground-based fighters is if they can't take you down, it's going to be a long night for them because they've got very low head health. You know, I'd really like to see this is going to maybe change the complexity of this fight. Let's see, gets into top mount.
From highlight, beautiful.
Nice position there.
And again, the no cigar perk, improved submission defense in top position for Sandman. Highlight not going to be able to toss anything up.
Not seen any sort of denials there from highlight. Interested to see if he gets this. No, straight to side control. Oh, actually, side saddle. Sorry.
There's not a lot of time left on the clock, so if he don't sink it in the next 7 seconds, and it's in, he can still get this. I think he's just safe by 2 seconds. If highlight just stays calm.
Now, the highlight does seem to have really good defense. Yeah. He did say to me when we spoke that his main struggle was the joint subs, but he's been working on that. Had been looking online in ways to improve that. And he said he's really come leaps and bounds. So it'd be interesting to see how that leads into this fight. Good.
I think that sub was just an empty one from Sam. I think he just did to ride the round out. He knew he was lacking on stamina and he didn't want to waste any. A good idea.
Kane, let me get your thought on this, right? I think what we saw is Sandman utilizing most of that first round as sort of a chess match, right? He understands highlights great in the clinch. Let's test that. Let's see if that ability holds up. But at some point, you have to abandon the tit for tat, the chess match game, and kind of just try to implement. What do you think that Sandman needs to do in this second round to really get back on top?
The only way that I could really foresee it is if he makes it really dirty. He starts dirty boxing, but he tends to take him down to the floor a lot earlier than he did last time. But highlight gets the flip into full guard.
Wow.
But what I was going to say, sorry, is Salmon really needs to make it a dogfight. He needs to get in close, really work the clinch. You see from highlight really pre-denying the takedowns from there, so you can see he's worried about that. Maybe mixing some knees, just make highlight think what's next, what's coming next, and then once you've got him guessing, you drop him with the takedown. So, but we've seen highlight really handle himself here from the top.
He's doing well at getting out this rubber guard as well. Salmon not showing a lot of rubber guard control. He needs to deny that.
Gets that denial straight into side control.
Yes, that's better.
Good idea standing up there.
Good idea. Oh!
Oh!
Heel kick to the dome.
Big spinning kick.
It goes to takedown and a beautiful denial there from highlight.
This could be a huge upset on the betting line and in aggro. Sandman top 50 in the world in the past.
Told you, ring was a big thing. Highlight has been very active. Not only has highlight been active, but he's been active across 2 weight divisions. This is his first fight at 170. His previous fights all been at 155. Like we said, the Sandman did have a long layoff, but he has been grinding on the outside of aggro. So the commentary is now mixing up with those knees. I think he's sort of noticed that highlight's block is not all there. Oh, gets the trip, but doesn't follow up any sort of grand strikes.
Sandman being more effective in managing the stamina. Shoots for a TD, gets denied.
Switch kick as well from highlight. I think if he proper starts digging into that, he could do some damage. The knees are doing some damage though.
One thing about the Virtuoso is that they've got 2 axe kicks. So what I'd really like highlight to do to get someone thinking about that takedown, double thinking it, sorry, is if you see him going for it, throw that axe kick, make it connect, or even a knee. Just do anything you can to really deteriorate him from throwing that takedown, because at the minute that's his only way to get back into the fight truly is to take it to the ground. And there's a lot of things you can do to stop that. Nice. Beautiful front kick.
Oh, good front kick.
Nice
dig to the body as well.
Remember, we are watching highlight doing well in this fight, but all it does take is one takedown from a submission guy and it could be over. And also, we don't know how the judges scored that first round. Still could be Sandman, so it could be 1-0. I wouldn't.
Big knees there in the clinch.
I wouldn't have scored it if I Sandman, but you never know.
Yeah, with the judges. Nice denial there.
If I'm highlight, I'm just not doing that.
Oh, goes to that kick from way out of range.
Highlight needs to ride this round out. Maybe get a quick takedown or something because there's not enough time for a submission. And just ride the round.
Don't forget, he did get the big rock, so that can play into the judges' scorecards.
He needs to ride this round out, take this round. It could be 2-0 up and make sure he doesn't. As long as he don't get finished, I think highlight wins this fight now.
20 seconds left in the second round. Sandman trying to put the pressure on.
Oh, he needs to be careful with these naked kicks. That's free now.
Absolutely.
In my opinion, 2-0 highlight.
Absolutely, I would agree.
Have to agree with you there.
We're gonna get some fight stats.
Oh no, we did get. I was short by a lot in that round, but I think he still takes it.
You know, the judges do tend to favour the damage a little bit more. So let's see if the stun from highlight plays any sort of factor into the judges' scorecards. But we're going into the round 3 now. Fantastic fight so far. Brilliant performance from highlight. Slowly letting it slip at the end of that round.
Takedown straight to side control.
This is interesting now.
20 seconds in, highlight on his back.
Straight to sprawl, doesn't get the denial there. That's big.
As long as highlight.
This is dangerous.
Good decision.
Nice defense there.
Highlight just needs to be careful, not get himself in any bad situations, and he could win this round, win this fight.
Nice, gets to sprawl. Fantastic work here from the
Beautiful
bottom. Gets him
highlight.
into side
Beautiful.
control. What a performance.
It's crazy that Morbid ducked this Sandman. He'll be gutted he did it now. Nice takedown from Sandman again, though. He's doing exactly what he needs to do when he's not sure if he's winning this fight or not. He's put the pressure on.
Right in the top mount for Sandman. Highlight.
Go Plata.
Attempting to get that half guard back.
Go Plata. He's gone for it. One of the best subs.
I did see that his submission offense was quite good, so let's see if that.
Well, I'll have to move my drink. I'm not going to have to say the bar. Good defense so far from highlight. He's out of this one as long as he stays like he's going. He's out. As long as he's going to get another transition here though. Yeah, he's out.
Defense there.
Straight to full guard. No. Side control.
Half guard.
Side control. Half guard. Fuck me.
Midway point of round 3. Highlight on top. Sandman struggling to get anything going.
Reverses it into half guard. Now this could be big if you can keep him here for the last 2 minutes of the round. That's going to score big in the judges' favour.
This could be interesting when it comes to the judges if this finishes like this.
Would love to see some better denials here from.
This could be
highlight.
4.5 minute control, which could be a 10-8.
Fantastic. Oh, gets into. Oh my. Fantastic transition.
Wow.
Hot man.
That was nice. He's going for the arm bar. No, he's going for go Plata again. He didn't get it the first time on no stamina, so I can't see him getting it this time. I'm going to eat my words. I'm going to eat my words.
Hold on.
One could be close.
Oh.
A good job of not panicking.
Could be about to upset highlight.
This is close. This is close.
Highlight stamina is not really at the where it needs to be right here.
Oh, but he's doing a good job of surviving these later segments.
No, he needs to calm. He's flicking it. Oh!
This is close.
Oh
he's
my
getting out.
fuck!
He gets out. Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Now, at this point, if I was highlighted, stand straight back up and get the rest of this feet.
Yeah,
fantastic.
He didn't do it last time. He did it this time. That's a good decision. Highlight needs to ride this round out. No, not doing stuff like that. God, Jesus.
I think if he wants to get taken down, though, it would be all right. It'd be upsetting, but I don't think he gets submitted at this point. We need to see something big from one of these fighters to really seal the round.
It's gone to the judges. Send you over to Bruce Butler for the official decision.
The first 2 rounds, fantastic performance from highlight, but he's slowly. And I think the takedown was a bit more of a threat in round 3. So let's see how the judges scored that.
Personally, I think I got to give that a 29-28 to highlight.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool call.
The first round could have. You never know. Here's Bruce Butler.
I don't know, with all the takedown defenses and mainly the more strikes coming from. Let's see what we've got here on the judges' scorecards.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Wow! Never leave it to the judges. Absolutely emphasized here. Critical Sandman picking up the W over highlight.
I'd love to see that one run back.
I'm a little bit shook. I'd love to see the fight stats for that, and I'd like to see what the judges saw. But
I'm leaving the stream up for us so we can see them if we highlight.
I mean, I could argue the point in the round 2 as Sandman did sort of outstrike highlight, but you know, you'd think the Rock was a little bit more significant.
I think that's, it's always interesting, right? Looking at the ground and the grappling, and I prefer to think effectiveness, right? If you're not really able to sink in a submission, if you're not able to really put any strikes like ground and pound, if you're just kind of a position grappler, to me, that doesn't really win you a lot. Sure, it's control time, but there's not a lot of impact. Kane, I got to agree with you. The striking, at least in my mind, could have swayed that, should have swayed that. Ultimately did not, though.
And it's not like Sandman was taking him down and then beating him on the floor in terms of the striking. It's very 50-50, and there was no shots thrown from Sandman really at all. He was just transitioning for the sub. So that's a little bit confusing. I'd say, I'd have to see the scorecards again, maybe rewatch the fight. Maybe take a look back, turn the crowd off, turn the commentary off, the classic Holloway theory. But,
I can read the stats out for
we've got the stats for round 1 too.
There was 20 significant strikes to 29, so Sandman did outland him on significant strikes. On round 1, no. Round 1 has to be highlights. I don't agree with that decision at all.
Yeah.
I will take pictures, Actually, I'll show them on stream. I'll show it on screen.
What does the ultimate judging scorecard look like? It'd be great to know.
Yeah, so we've got 14 strikes to 5. We've got 13 takedowns attempted. 1 of 6. Again, a little bit more significant strikes, more total strikes, but the Rock.
Sandman 2 and 3, right?
Yeah, I can see there. 23-9. I thought highlight landed a bit more in that second round.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
I mean,
oh well.
I did say
interesting. I would like to see that rebut,
Next up, we've got Robbie Poirier versus K5 Fired. Poirier closing as the biggest favorite on the card, despite dropping his debut. Interesting enough here, minus 480 for our Poirier, plus 600 dog for K5 Fired, who I believe is making their debut today.
And if I remember correctly, I believe Robbie, the reason why he might be such a favorite is because in his last fight, there was really no stock lost. He put on a fire fight. So maybe that's why the stats are with him for a bit. But in all honesty, I personally would always put it on the underdog, as you've got absolutely zero tape to go off. You've got no recollection of what they fought as. You've got no real, inkling into what their fighting style is. So it's a lot more unpredictable, So I would put it, maybe not even the favorite for the debut, maybe even, but it's definitely going to be an interesting fight. We'll see how this one plays out. Interesting facial hair. And
I like the tattoo. Chad uses EPO.
yeah.
I just noticed that. That's class.
I love that.
Our 145-pound Xbox champion, Chad, is, might have to get a USADA test after tonight.
That's brilliant.
You can see Robbie Poirier using the kickboxer sniper class. K5 Fire going for the balanced virtuoso. Interesting archetype matchup here.
Yeah, I think that virtuoso class is a hidden gem. Not a lot of people use it, but it has, in my opinion, got some of the best striking out of all of the striking stand-up fighters in terms of the combinations, not actual power and prowess. And his grappling as well is fantastic build. It's got a sort of, like a GSP-esque, John Jones-esque style build. It's the complete fighter. And I think what we'll slowly start to see is that virtuoso fighter become a lot more used, as it's got a lot better stats in terms, if you want to strike, you've got the axe kicks, you've got the spinning kicks, you've got the turn and side kick with your lead leg and your back leg. So you've got a lot of things there to mix up the striking, and then you've also got decent takedowns and quite decent submissions as well. So that virtuoso is a real dark horse. It's not used as almost as much as it should be, but I think we're really going to see a splash made with that calf archetype.
Utility versus power. Good to see some respect shown from Robbie Poirier. Eats a leg kick though for it.
Oh yeah, that's a big leg kick right there, and it gets one returned.
Oh, kill shot goes up top, peppering with the strikes. There's that axe kick you were talking about, Kane.
It's a fantastic tool. You can really catch your opponent.
Oh, that leg is getting touched up.
Coming in at favorite Surprisingly, he's actually K5
Ooh, and that's-
fired.
Oh!
Back and forth straight away in the first minute. Beautiful.
Robbie struggling maybe with the pressure of kill shot here.
Absolutely, and again, that I think that's a testament with the leg kicks to the virtuoso. They've got fantastic leg kicks, and they really are really well built, or well round built. So I think that's playing a definite factor into them.
Switch kick.
Good
You
switch
know-
kick to the body there.
And the more that lead leg gets chewed up, is going to force him to switch stance. And we know some of the stand-up classes don't have the best switch leg, switch stance. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays into the fight in the later rounds if we get there. Ooh,
Kill
good.
shot doing a nice job of throwing some 1-2
Leg kick.
ones, but that leg is just
Ooh.
cooked to the bone. Oh, spinning back kick up top.
Fantastic here from Killshot. Gets caught with a couple of hooks.
Leg kick
hooks on
again.
the heads
Wow.
there. Oh, that leg is getting chewed up.
Biggest favorite on the card, feeling the pressure midway through round one.
And I've got to say, watching both these strikers so far, their actual striking with the hands is a little touch one note. You know, you've got Killshot just throwing the constant 1-2 down the middle, not really spicing it up with any sort of shots, mixing it up to the leg quite nicely though. But then you've got the gentleman on the left, who's not really. He's just throwing constant hooks. You know, maybe he might throw a 1-2, but he's just going in with those hooks. But you know, he does mix up nicely.
Oh! Big overhand lands. Robbie down.
How far ahead are you?
So
What?
I know. Oh!
How are you,
Leg
ahead
kick
how are you
lands.
ahead of me? You know, I'm streaming it. Did well to do that. Nice leg kick.
Poirier trying to mount a bit of a comeback here, not checking any of these leg
Please
kicks.
move back
Really
to
got to turn that
southpaw.
knee out.
Please go to southpaw. Jesus Christ, this guy's a lunatic.
We did see
Oh,
though. We
Jesus!
have sseen fighters. Oh, we have seen fighters go out and get the finish even on weak legs. Dossa last week, or the week before, no, sorry, last
Oh!
week came
Big
back.
little hip
from
toss
that
there from
during
Poirier.
leg.
Heel shot back to his feet.
Nice leg kick again. 1-2 from Robbie to fire back. What a first round this has been. Oh, fucking hell! Jesus Christ, overhand again from Killshot.
Overhand right. A game of inches.
Wow. What a
Oh my
first
God,
round
these two were just
for
throwing.
K5 fired.
Robbie Poirier.
It's just pressure mixed with aggression that unlocks all of that success there, I believe. Landing the better strikes, working that leg to death. And what do you think that Robbie Poirier has to do to mount a bit of a comeback here?
Switch stance or check that leg kick. His leg is hurt. It is beat up. And I was saying earlier that we did see Dossa go out last week against Ganja, although his
Crane
leg got
kick.
beat up pretty bad in the first round. He did pull out the finish, so you know it doesn't mean they're necessarily disabled out of the fight, but you know it's a problem. You really need, especially if that's your main stance. If you don't really practice switch stances, this is a problem for you right now. You know, you need to think of something, even mixing up with a takedown, whether you're a grappler or not. You need to do something to really get yourself back in this fight, or earn a little bit of respect. Just got caught with a beautiful uppercut there.
Head health getting danger. Oh, big check for Poirier.
Oh, let's see. That's what I was talking about. You need them checks because those checks will do us just as much damage as the leg kicks, if not more.
Nice clinch
Those
work
clinch-
from K fired.
All it's going to take are a couple big strikes, and that shin of Robbie Poirier may not hold up much longer. Oh! Poirier down!
Nice head kick, Ben, mate. How are you so far ahead? Double to 1-2 for K5 to drop him. Ben seen into the
Double
future.
knockdown there.
Oh, head kick!
Oh,
Ben should use his scene into future in these fights. Maybe he won't be 0-4.
Oh! Leg kick, head kick combo! Poirier is struggling to win midway point of round two here.
Ben, please.
and what I like about Killshot is really he's done a very good job at breaking down Robbie. You know, he hasn't just left
Oh
him
my
with
God.
one option if he wants to fit,
Oh!
or he's got the head. Or he's got the head. Ooh,
Head
catches
kick.
the knee. Catches the leg kick. Oh, and the lead leg kick knocks down.
Poirier making kill shots, switch stances with that leg kick, but I just feel it's a little too low. But the crane kick coming big.
Oh my
Crazy
god.
fight so far. Oh!
Probably Poirier pouring it on. 2 minutes in, but gets knocked down again with the straight.
Bennett.
Have to respect Robbie Poirier. Poirier showing a lot of grit and determination here. Facing some serious adversity, but not giving up, not folding.
Oh, uppercut!
Gets knocked down once again, though.
Beautiful uppercut there. Then a
Overhand
good
whiffs,
lead leg
crane
kick.
kick, blocked. Front
Needs
kick.
to really
Just
needs to put
significant
something
strikes.
behind that crane kick.
Oh,
It's all significant
minute left.
strikes.
Can Robbie survive to the third?
How's his leg
This
still
would be
going?
this would be
Head kick.
insane if it goes to the judges. If this goes to the judges, it'll be crazy.
Ooh. Head health is blinking for Poirier. All it's going to take is one big shot and he's down. Kill shot going for the TKO finish. Wow.
Wow.
It's all over. What a fight.
Robbie Poirier really dominated in that performance. Incredible debut for K5 Fired.
Beautiful. Cracking move. It was the underdog. It was a heavy underdog as well, don't forget. Biggest underdog on the card, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yep.
Comes out and gets the job done.
I told you that Virtuoso class is a problem. Not used a lot, not utilized nearly half as much as it should be. The most well-rounded class has got a real good mix-up of everything. If you want to grapple, you can grapple. If you want to strike, you can strike.
Next up, Morbid versus Dylan. Morbid jumping late today after turning down a fight with Sandman.
This card, he had sort of a pullout against, as we saw earlier, Sandman, maybe regretting that decision. But has stepped in on short notice to face Dylan. Interesting. Guys, I don't know what you guys think about Morbid. I love the guy. I think he's got such great confidence in himself, right? His abilities may be lacking in some areas. His striking could be a little bit, average, but he does have really good grappling, and he's very respected within, obviously the big, larger UFC 4 community.
No, it's an unfortunate story from Morbid. Once the 155 champion of Agro with the PlayStation division, not headlining cards, headlining its Ganja, and that one loss has sort of sent him lower and lower down the cards. We saw him go from main event one week to sort of opening the main card the next, and then still after that, he's 3 fights into the prelims. It's a real fall from grace. So it'd be interesting to see if Morbid can really use that as fuel for the fire and come back and really push for a finish to prove that he is still just as good as he ever was. That those 2 losses were sort of just little blips in his career where he wasn't really focusing. So it'd be interesting to see if he can come back and and put something together. Whether he can, we'll see that. But it would be a real Cinderella-esque story if he did come back and was to regain gold.
May have a small issue here. It appears that Dylan 2025 may be a bit MIA. Again, the 0-2 Dylan 2025. Really at the bottom of that PS 155-pound division. May he no-show?
He may.
We're going to give Dylan another minute here, and then we're going to move on to the next fight in the lineup. I believe we've got Evan G508 versus Myron MMA.
Right, so while we're waiting, we have a promo to be shown, so I'll do it now. I'll get it up on the screen. Made by highlighting on very short notice. Might as well show it to you. Right, let me get it up on the screen for you guys. Can you all see it? Commentators?
I can see it, yep.
Right, I'll show it on the screen now. Take a look at it. Quick look at the main event of the evening.
Fight in over 15
Fuck's sake.
fights.
I'm such an idiot.
The matter is, you're looking at the undisputed aggro fighting GOAT, Chad.
See here the dominance of Chad.
Pound champ who intends on defending his title tonight. An aggro veteran by the name of Till has is his first title fight in over 15 fights tonight, and he plans a huge upset against Chad.
Brilliant work from Highlight to get that done for us in such short notice. We'll be excited to see more from him. Legend in the game.
Being the second half of the opening card between Critical Sandman, fantastic fighter and also a fantastic editor as well.
Believe we have to move on, unfortunately. Morbid, thank you for stepping in and potentially filling a gap. But the show has to continue. Jamie, who do we have next?
We have. I've got it on my screen right now. No, I haven't.
Myron MMA, I believe it is, isn't it?
Evan G versus Myron MMA.
Evan
yeah.
versus Myron.
Yep, that's alright. I've got it up. These two are here.
Evan at a plus 120 dog. Really close line for these two.
Start a quick prediction for this fight. Myron, don't forget to stick your predictions on every fight, boys. Win yourself some channel points. We have got better channel
Myron
points and
MMA.
rewards coming soon.
Myron MMA, the 130 favourite, and then got Evan G, the plus 120 underdog. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays into it. Quite close, not really. It's not really no blown out proportion.
Oh, it looks like we're going straight into it. They are ready. That means we have to be ready.
We're going to get a razor.
In 70-pound
Razor's
division,
fantastic
Myron
numbers and
at 2-4 on a 3-fight losing streak, it appears. Evan is the number 4 contender. Myron close behind at number 6. Stakes are high in this fight.
It appears Evan only has a win over Myron on the game. I don't know if that's unranked. I assume it is. Look at Evan G right there, and you look at Myron across the octagon from him with the red hair. Purple hair. He had red hair last time before.
Interesting. I love the colour coordination with the beard, the gloves, and the shorts.
It's got it all together. On the aesthetic side, can he put it together on the mixed martial arts side?
We've got a karate stance from Evan, more of a boxing stance from.
Absolutely. We've got
Myron
Evan
MMA.
in the black shorts, and we've got Myron in the purple get-up.
Also with a southpaw versus an orthodox. See if the leg kicks come into play.
That or the for Evan could start blasting the
Ooh.
rear body kick really early.
Great kick! Jesus.
Crane kicks have been the theme of today's card, it seems.
How are you all in front of me? What's going on here?
Ben's about 3 miles in front of us. He knows what's happening.
You can see those body kicks taking into play a little bit. Myron touching him up with the hands.
Those body kicks will be a huge factor. That's one thing they say when you fight in a southpaw, if you're an orthodox fighter, is that body kick is going to be there all day.
Oh! Early rock for Myron, backing Evan up.
The 1-2 head kick. Pressure. Oh, he needs to throw some round strikes. He's going to break that block any further.
Evan winging 3 hooks, catching him on the end of the last one.
Just received word in
Crane
the
kick,
chat
not
that
there.
Robbie has just retired.
Interested.
No way.
Ooh, goes for a little bit of a clinch throw up against the cage. Nice uppercut in the cage. That goes for some knees to the body.
Myron's-
Evan G returns the favour. Some good punches there from Evan.
Myron showed a lot of
Myron
clinch
just
work in his
working the
previous
body.
fight with Bear Yahweh, so I was expecting another clinch every game. Especially in the first fight, which obviously ended up in no contest. Jab straight, beautiful.
Body kick there.
Nice head kick. Returns it. 1 for 1. Clinch work from Myron again. That body work against the cage is doing a lot of damage. Nice uppercuts though to return from Evan.
Myron not really managing the stamina super effectively here. in this clinch position. You can see it drain down to the bottom.
If he's not careful, he'll get rocked himself. Dropping some of that though.
Just
Evan
trading
needs to
knees
get off
now,
his
though,
fence.
That body health is low. Oh, drop! From the midsection, those knees are impactful. Myron getting back to it. Evan not showing the fight IQ to get off the fence here. Myron going to work with 30 seconds left.
What, left body hook to
Oh,
drop
really
him.
pieced up the combination. Oh, beautiful combination. Goes to the body that goes up top and drops him.
See it
Oh, and that's it! Wow! Myron MMA obliterating Evan G against the fence and kills him with the rear hook. Boys, that's a statement.
Absolutely. Myron showing why that he was a favourite in this fight. Fantastic performance. Really, really. I think his fight IQ is to be praised in this fight because he really noticed that Evan G had no real defense up against the cage against those knees, and he really didn't have the IQ to get out of there. So fantastic read there from Myron to capitalize on that and really get that body rock off.
Beautiful work from Myron to get back in the win column.
And I love to see Myron displaying just that superior knowledge, right? He recognized, oh, Evan's having a difficult time, right? In this clinch against the cage, can't seem to get off of it. Let me just abuse that and keep pushing that.
Yeah,
Great performance.
I mean, some people don't,
And snapping the undefeated record.
A real good win for him to get off. I believe he said earlier he was on a 3-fight losing streak. I believe the second loss on that was from the disconnection. So I don't know if we could really count that, but in terms of that fight, that was a beautiful performance. You know, like I said, fantastic fight IQ from Myron to realize Evan G wasn't really doing anything against those knees against the cage. So, you know, wonderful performance, a wonderful fight IQ there.
Expect him to step into the top 5 of that Xbox 170-pound division. The champ, of course, is Ian Torres, recently dispatching Aussie in just under 40 seconds.
Oh, we won't be happy
Will
with
we
it
see
eventually.
them meet in the future? Who knows?
So next up we have Bear Yahweh versus Fluffy Rock. Another late fight, I believe. I will stick the predictions up now. Everyone get your channel points ready. There we go, the prediction is up. Everyone get your points in. Just waiting on the
Oh, see him maybe
One
match
big win that
Ian if
that,
he is victorious
next
here.
Xbox 170 division could land you in that upper echelon of the division. You know, you could be fighting for a number one contender spot after a big win in a couple of nights. So it'd be interesting to see if Bear Yahweh sort of feels that weight on his shoulders to go out and perform to solidify himself in the top 5 of the 170 bracket, or if Fluffy will pull off the upset. And I would say it would be an upset. You know, you've got Bear Yahweh, the minus 190 favourite. And then Fluffy is the plus 150 underdog. So we could see Fluffy go out there and really put on a performance. We saw in his first fight against Myron, Bear Yahweh went out quite strike heavy, and then in his second fight, he went out quite grapple heavy, mixed in the clinch to get the ground his way to a decision. So it'd be interesting to see what Bear Yahweh we see tonight. Whether we'll see the sort of fire and, you know, close your eyes and fire punches Bear Yahweh, or we'll see the cold and calculated Bear Yahweh that really mixes in all his skills together to make sure he puts on a dominant performance.
Referencing each fighter's last 5 fights, you see Fluffy Rock, I believe, is moving up from the Xbox 145-pound division. Big step up to that 170. Currently, only 1 in his last 5. On the other hand, Bear Yahweh, 4 in his last 5. Not to make predictions based off of prior performances, but you gotta think the confidence is surging for the 4-1 Bear Yahweh.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw it previously with Myron. You know, he was on a losing streak. Wasn't really doing his best. Was sort of falling to the bottom of the division. Goes out with that on his shoulders and with that sort of mantra. Goes out and beats Evan, who was a undefeated surging contender. You know, dispatched him with relative ease. So we could see that come from Flipper, carry a little bit of a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, bring that into the next fight, and say, I'm gonna beat Bear. There's nothing to do that I've not seen before. I'm gonna go out there and outperform him. So I'd really like to see, what Flufferock's gonna do to sort of nullify Bear Yahweh's creative approach to fighting.
Sorry on the delay, boys, but there's not much we can do sometimes.
It seems we have a bit more confirmation on Robbie Poirier's recent words on retirement. Says he is not retiring, simply moving down to my actual weight class at 55. Sometimes that's the best move, Kane. I think you can agree. Sometimes you find yourself in a weight class that is not your optimum weight, right? Maybe you don't have to cut a lot to get there, but you're not playing to your strength, stepping up into a larger pool of contenders.
Absolutely, and going up from what division was he in before? If he's always been in 170, if you're naturally a 155, 145, fighting at 170 is going to feel extremely uncomfortable. It's stronger, we're bigger, a lot more power. You'll really feel that if you're not attuned to that sort of if that's not your natural weight. So it'd be good to see what he can do at his natural weight. At the end of the day, you need to fight, and you need to make if you want to fight, you need to make sure you're doing it healthily. You don't want to cut and drain yourself, and get finished like that. It's unfortunate, but we'll definitely, hopefully, we'll see Robbie bounce back in his natural weight class and sort of go on a run.
Now, we've talked about the main event between Chad and Raw Dog. I gave your thoughts on it, of course. Moving out of the co-main, though, have you spoken to either fighter about their approaches or game plans for tonight?
I didn't speak to anyone in the co-main. No, I did try to reach out to Liam, but he's cold gentleman. He's not really responsive. So I've done a lot of research on Raw Dog, for example. I wanted to shine a lot of light on him because when you fight in Chad, someone who's got so many accolades, 11-1, various of the night bonuses, most title defenses, wins across multiple divisions. He's a force to be reckoned with. So I wanted to shed a little light on Raw Dog. Although, the first fight didn't go Raw Dog's way, he has had quite a good run and been a little bit of a sleeper in that Xbox 155 division. He's got tied for the most fights in Aggro. This is his first ever title fight. That's just a test to how long he's been in the game. In his last fight, Raw Dog really improved his ground game and finished Yair Stan in a vicious ground and pound with a crucifix. So Raw Dog's no slouch, although he's in his last fight, he might have been not prepared or really might not take Chad as serious as he should have. He's going out tonight with a clear mind. He's really learned his takedown reversals, really upped his transitions, fakes as well, trying to throw off Chad when it comes to the ground game. He wants to get a third round finish, and what he's seen from Chad now in his fights, he's gone back and watched a bit of tape, and he's seen that he's quite predictable, he does want to finish him, but whether that'll happen is a different story. Chad is a dominant force. He's the unrelenting storm of Aggro. Everything he touches turns to gold. So it'll be interesting to see if Raw Dog can pull off a huge upset or if it is just another night in the office for Chad.
You gotta think the number one pound for pound Chad King, Super Chad, is I don't know. Whenever you have these lead ups to fights, sometimes a fighter will say something just for their own sake, right? Maybe making claims of I see holes in X person's game. I'm gonna get a third round finish. Certain things like that. You gotta think maybe that's them just talking themselves up, right? Looking into the mirror and trying to build that self-confidence, which you absolutely need to do fighting someone of the caliber of Chad.
And we haven't seen Chad as verbally threatening towards Raw Dog, or as we have seen with his other opponents. So it'll be interesting if that plays a factor into the fight, because not only is a very physical fighter, Chad is also quite a cerebral fighter. Not many mind games over the last couple of weeks or since the fight was announced. So we'll see if that sort of also takes a toll into Raw Dog's mentality for the fight. But I do think we're going to see an absolute barn burner. Both fighters are the great. Chad again. What his accomplishments speak for themselves, and Raw Dog, tied for top tied fights in Aggro, the most almost of all time. So that's a crazy thought to think. He's fought I believe it's almost 15 times, and this is his first shot for a title. So it'll be interesting to see if he carries any sort of any weight or any attitude into the fight and uses that against Chad. So I'm really excited for the fight. That is a fight that I am jumping at the bit to get to because it's going to be a great fight. A Chad fight's always entertaining.
Got Bum Rock, former PlayStation 145-pound champion, calling into the Twitch chat. This is Chadgro.
Can't argue with it. You really can't.
Chad reminds you a bit of Khabib. You know exactly what he's going to do, but you just can't stop it, no matter who you are.
And against bringing up a great comparison there, I completely agree with you. And some of the things that people have said about Khabib is not a lot of people see Khabib on his back, right? Similar thought, Jamie, in our aggro analysis series, we sort of speculated what could be the potential of putting Chad on the canvas, right? Turning the tables on the wrestler. You know, Kane, from your thoughts, what do you think that could play into this fight?
Well, it'll be a little bit demoralising, but for Chad, I don't know. His ego's so large, you probably just shrug it off and carry on as normal. But for another fight, that'd be a little bit demoralising if you've got such high accolades in wrestling and you get taken down quite easily. You're gonna think, wow, maybe I'm not that great. You saw some people without GSP, for example. I'm going to use this example against Chad, and he's going to hate me, but GSP has got no wrestling experience. Took down some of the best wrestlers in the game. John Fitch, Jake Shields, Josh Kochek, some of the best fighters that some of the best wrestlers that we've ever seen. So, you see it on the face when they get taken down by someone who's got no wrestling experience, no sort of, he's got no championships, no amateur experience. You see it in the face. You see the shock, you see the frustration. And if Rodog can mix up a few takedowns and put Chad back a few times tonight, that would be, a moral victory for Rodog. Whether it'd be a factor in the actual fight itself, I'm not sure, because Chad has got fantastic submissions, and whether it be from the top or, like you said, we're not really seeing him much from his back, but I don't doubt his submission skills. But we never know. We did see in the last round of the first Rodog fight, the last 20 seconds, he did get caught in a submission. Didn't look like it was going to go ahead, but still, a couple of seconds less, that could have been a completely different ending. So it'll be interesting to see.
I hate to disagree with you. I think the one thing that I saw in a lot of Raw Dog's fights was really awful submission offense, right? He threw up 4 submissions against JB when they fought, and none of them were as close to landing.
True.
Submissions that he threw up against Chad, none of them were close to really pulling in. And that's why I think that if he wants to have a submission-based game, he needs to work the body a lot more. He really needs to get that stamina down as far as he can before he tries to slap an arm triangle, a rear naked choke, an arm bar, whatever he wants to do. He needs to mitigate that stamina, because that's another big thing, right? He tries to slap submissions on people that have higher stamina than him. That's never going to work,
No, I completely agree. And another thing, Road Dogg, unlike a lot of Chad's opponents, actually made the decision. Although it was a crushing, defeating decision, he still made it to the judges' scorecards. He didn't get finished, which is not uncommon for Chad to do. He's got really good ground and pound, really good submissions. We've seen him knock people down on the feet, finish them on the floor. Road Dogg was managed to survive everything that Chad threw at him. So maybe in a 5-round fight in the 4th and 5th, you might see something turn around if Chad goes out and really sort of puts on a pace and exerts his stamina, and Road Dogg just takes his time, keeps patient, plans what he's going to do instead of just, losing your mind and going crazy. We could see an upset, but again, it's hard to bet against Chad with how dominant he's been. His record, his accolades speak for itself. So
either way, I'm excited.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Moving into this one, we've got Bear Yahweh versus Fluffy Rock. Bear choosing the kickboxer sniper class. Fluffy Rock going for the balanced virtuoso. Kane, we've talked a lot today about the balanced virtuoso and the diversity that it brings, especially with those leg kicks. Do you think that we're going to see them again in this fight?
I would be shocked if we didn't. They are a huge part of the UFC 4 sort of meta now, the leg kicks. If you can really catch your opponent coming in with a big strike, if they're going to throw a kick or something like that, or even swaying, the fantastic tools to stop people crazy swaying out the way, or just ducking to the left or ducking to the right. To nullify Yahweh, I would say kicks are very important. He's got a somewhat kick-heavy game himself, so it'll be interesting to see if the kicks are a factor. Virtuosos, I believe, got 3-star calf kicks and normal leg kicks, so I personally would use them. They're a fantastic tool. Whether Fluffy's going to go out with see if his IQ, see if he sees that, and uses that against Yahweh.
ATF Quake in the Twitch chat predicting Rip Fluffy. Really backing Bear Yahweh here.
Yeah, there's a live betting line as well. 100% of the betting going towards Bear Yahweh, so it's hard to doubt him.
Again, Bear Yahweh closing as a -190 favorite. Fluffy Rock at a +150 dog. Opens up with a calf kick.
How far ahead are you, Ben? Refresh.
Jesus,
Couple
Benjamin.
seconds.
We haven't even started yet.
We've only just got to the bit where they've called them in. Yeah, big calf kick.
I restarted the Discord if you want to watch on that, Ben.
Let's see.
Nice calf kick again from Ben. No, not Ben. Bear Yahweh. Also, thanks.
Yahweh
UFC
mixing up
for
the
follow.
uppercuts and hooks.
KJ for the host. Obviously, big part.
Body hook there from Bear Yahweh.
Thanks for the follow.
Ooh, catches him with the lead back. Sorry, Fluffy gets from the leg kick and the lean back.
Spinning back. Kick attempt to the body. Not there for Fluffy Rock.
And I do believe, Ben, that you can see into the future because already we're seeing Fluffy Rock really utilize those leg kicks. So you really made a call on that one. That was fantastic.
See you to the future.
Bane
Anyway,
the predictor.
he's going to react to the finish before we even know what round it is.
Yahweh finding a lot of success here, pressuring Fluffy Rock against that black line, trying to push his back to the cage, finding room for some more
Both
uppercuts.
fighters are really firing off the leg kick as well. They're not shy, but no. Ooh, that's a nice check there from Yahweh, and then he clips him with the hook as he tries to sway to the right. Nice jab
Oh,
uppercut. Ooh.
Bear, you're looking very
Yahweh-
fast at 45 now. He's dropped these pounds.
Yahweh's just looking in the zone right now, using those leg kicks to
Ooh.
disrupt the movement of Fluffy Rock here,
Oh,
and
beautiful
moving on point
play.
as well.
I know,
Oh, really?
I know
Oh,
there's
wow.
no clear win yet, but Bear's looking slick.
Ooh, ducks into the to the hook there.
Nice, leg kick to
Oh! Spinning
Nice
back kick to the
combination.
body is there this time.
Ooh, they're nice. Hook.
That sway straight has been there for Bear Yahweh several times in this first round, touching the chin of
That's-
Fluffy Rock.
Yeah, that sway right hand from Bear is being heavy.
Interesting to see that. Fluffy Rock initiated the leg kicks, but his lead leg is looking a lot worse for wears than Bear Yahweh's.
I think Bear's showing that sway back uppercut a lot. I think that's what
Ooh,
it is.
gets caught with a good straight there. And Fluffy
Wow.
Rock
Good
initiates the
decision.
takedown.
Good decision.
Rocking side control, going to sprawl here.
And that's the beautiful thing about the Virtuoso. If you want to take it to the floor, you've got that ability. He's got a good number of chokes and joint submissions
Gotta
on there
get
too.
that denial. You can't let someone get up that easily. Nice front kick. though.
Oh, beautiful front kick there. Shoots in for another takedown and goes for the power double leg. Straight to side
I
control.
like this. His lead leg's chewed, and his fight IQ's very hard to take him down. Although he did get subbed quite easily in his last fight. So I do
Yahweh
like
getting the
that.
reversal, going to work on top with some ground and pound. 30 seconds left in the opening round. Finding the head.
Top control here from Bear Yahweh. Fluffy stands up. 20 seconds left in the round.
So Fluffy doesn't want to be on the bottom, but he also wants to be on the top. He wants on the ground if he's in a dominant position by the looks of it
Ooh, just
Great.
misses on that head kick.
in the round one.
Great first round for Bear Yahweh there. I believe he had a 10 or 12 more strikes landed. Got to be a 10-9 in his direction.
I'm surprised nobody got rocked in that round. There was some huge strikes landed. There's some chin on these boys.
Oh! Fluffy starting the second off with the takedown.
No respect. Avoids the glove touch. Goes straight down for the single leg ankle pick. Puts him straight in side control. And the good thing about, again, I keep boasting about the Virtuoso, but the good thing about the Virtuoso is if you drain that stamina on the takedown of your opponent, you've got a Kimura from side control that you can hit.
That's beautiful
Oh, and
from
Bear
Bear.
Yahweh flips it into full guard.
I think Fluffy's panic wrestling here, and he's not very good on the top by the looks of it. So I think he's just trying to ride this fight out.
Oh, he's getting denied now. This could be a big opportunity. for Bear
Oh.
Yahweh to qualify, yeah.
Rock going for the sub. His
Oh!
stamina is not that. I will say, Jamie, to your point earlier, I like how Fluffy Rock is trying to mix it up. You know, maybe he realized that the striking wasn't working in his favor. Take it to the ground and try to get some work in there as he
Now-
gets
but now he's
slammed
gonna be
onto
on
his
the
back.
bottom, and this is not where he wants to be. Oh, no, he's not. He stood up. Never mind.
Ooh.
Bear
Uppercut.
Yahweh now pressuring Fluffy Rock.
Oh!
Bear Yahweh.
Ooh.
Yahweh going, oh!
Oh, Bear Yahweh.
Fucking hell.
Riding high.
That's how you announce
Bear
yourself from
Yahweh
45
showing that the pressure against the cage is not to be matched. What a KO.
I want improvement. Like I said, in his first fight with Marin, it was sort of a sluggish affair. They were going out throwing bombs, big strikes, really just going at it. In that fight, you saw he was patient, he was calm. He realized the leg kicks were going to be a threat, so he started firing his own off, which were doing more damage. You know, on the floor, he didn't panic. You know, even when in a submission or on his off his back, kept it calm and reversed the submission, reversed the position when he could. Fantastic performance there from Bear Yahweh.
Seems we have a large announcement to make for the next fight. Morbid is back on against BJM underscore is next, co-host of the Embrace the Grind podcast. Of course, Embrace the Grind rather, is a PlayStation 170-pound competitor. Looking forward to seeing BJM's debut here against the former champ, Morbid Mad Lad.
This could be a huge debut if he manages to pull off the win. Obviously, everyone knows how good Morbid really is. Obviously, he's only lost against champions, really. So if he manages to come out here and wins his debut, then it could put him straight up the top of the 170 division. Kane could be looking at a new contender. Which he would love
Is it
to
170? I thought it was 155.
Oh, it is 155. I'm wrong. I'm waffling, but you never know. He might want to fight.
Why would you honey dick me like that?
But to be fair,
Kane
he might want to fight at 170 normally, so you never know.
Well, you can get away and then you can come talk to me.
Kane, hungry for a competitor. Again, I know that you are keeping your eye closely on Young Cardi versus Eddie.
I am, and I was really surprised in that, you know, that Ned was able to pull off such a dominant performance on the feet. When I spoke to Eddie last time, his main concern was, he's going to be wrestle heavy. That he really emphasized that Ned's going to go out and try to wrestle, but Young Cardi was like, absolutely not. You think I'm going to wrestle? Goes out and dominates him on the feet and knocks him out. So another big performance from Eddie. Any of these fighters right now will get them right where they want to be, and they'll be knocking on my door very, very soon. And I'll answer, but it's not going to be good for them.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Morbid versus a new contender. I haven't seen him fight for a while. Last time he fought a new contender, I think he got head kick KO'd by Nezzy, so it'll be good to see him, what his level's at. Also, this is a really good test for BJM as well if he comes in and wins. And the sky's the limit.
And to your point, Morbid really has only lost to the best of the best in other organizations that I've seen him fight in. Similar situation, only dropping to really high caliber guys. If he does lose here, this could be a big turning point for his UFC career.
Absolutely, and that's not taking away from the opponent he's fighting. It's just, like I said, the last two losses were to Jordan, a former champion, and also to Ganja, a former 170 and 155 champion. So, at this point, I'd say a win for the debutant is a lot better. If Morbid wins, people are going to probably find a way to discredit it because it's a debut fighter. It's not, it's not had any sort of prior experience, and Morbid's a former champion. Yeah, he's sort of fallen on harder times, but against the best aggro players we've seen, kind of. But it'll be interesting to see what he carries into this fight. He was flirting with the idea of 170. He gets offered a fight at 170, refuses it, goes down to 155. So, it'll be interesting to see if he's sort of got his head straight for this fight, because we have seen him choke in high pressure situations, and against the debutant, there's no higher pressure situation, regardless of the record outside of aggro. You've got no tape on them.
I will say,
You've got no information.
Sometimes this is what you need, though, right? You need a short notice fight where you don't have the buildup, right? You don't have the hesitation in your mind, the anxiety of knowing, oh shit, I gotta fight this guy. It's accepting on 30 minutes, 15 minutes notice and saying, I guess I'm fighting. You don't have the ability to doubt yourself.
That's true, and that can often play into it in a very positive way, because you're a lot more relaxed. I believe there's a fighter in the UFC that prefers short notice fights. Marvin Vettori said it himself. He said he loves short notice fights because when he gets a full camp, he's nervous, he's anxious, he's overthinking about the fight. He's thinking, well, what if this happens? What if that happens? Wherever there's a short notice, it's boom, right. All I've got to do is just get in shape and then jump in that cage. So for Morbid, this could be exactly what he needs. Sort of just a re-energize his career, give him something to be like, yeah, I am that good. because one good win, 1 or 2 good wins, and he could be right back at the top of whatever division he chooses. He's a well-known player in aggro and outside of aggro, so big implications for both fighters, I'd say. You know, especially for the debuting again. What's his name again? Who's debuting? Sorry,
BJM.
BJM. He's the co-host of the Embrace the Grind podcast, a 170 fighter.
And I mean, that's what we like to see. We like to see Embrace the Grind bringing in his sort of peers and saying, hey, this is a fight league I'm proud of being in. I want you here as well. While we sort of take a bit of a delay in getting the fight set up, we're going to watch the Twitch chat and see what's going on in there. Humble Dink saying that Jamie been ducking him. I'm eating Chinese right now, but when I'm done, I'll beat Greg Man. Am I ready for spooky ghost hunting tomorrow? Absolutely, it's Smoggy. Can't wait. Me and Smoggy have a bit of a Twitch collab going on at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Whoa, no self-promo. What's going on?
On this completely non-related topic, is it Phasmophobia that you play if you're hunting ghosts?
It is Phasmophobia.
That game is amazing.
Right, so
yeah, you're hunting ghosts of MMA past. All right, leave it out.
Brenner Timmy 117. Bane noticed me. I notice you, Brenner.
Oh.
Right, so coming, obviously we have a UFC fight card tonight. Who do we have, Lewis or Curtis Blades?
I've got Lewis Blaze. I've got Derek Lewis on the ability of just stand up MMA. That's all he does. No matter what position he's in, he could be halfway through a leg lock and he'd be like, nah, I'm just gonna stand up, and then that's it. Boom, fight's over.
When he gets up out the top mount and just stands up, it's crazy.
Honestly, that's all he does. He just stands up.
I guess I'm going with Curtis Razor Blades. Here's why.
Yeah.
Every time that Derek Lewis fights a grappler, it's someone who is significantly smaller. Ilir Latifi, Alexei Oleinik, right? He can utilize his strength, his size to just stand the fuck up out of those grappling exchanges. But against a giant man like Curtis Blades, who is such... Yeah. You saw what he did to Alexander Volkov. I mean, that was a dominating performance.
And the ream as well. The hellbows from full guard. It's not a very common position you get like an elbow finish, but he was just sort of like crouched in his guard. He just popped up and just started raining down elbows and over him.
And you have to think, in terms of their common competitors, JDS, right? Junior Dos Santos, Curtis Blades gets the standing TKO. JDS TKO Derek Lewis, right? I don't want to do MMA math. It's not something that is truly applicable. But when you look at the difference in the common opponents and the struggles that Curtis Blades seemingly didn't face, that Derek Lewis did face, and you got to think Derek Lewis is the knockout artist.
Right, let's do MMA
Curtis
math.
Blades knocked out JDS.
A bit more MMA math. Derek Lewis beat Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou knocked.
Yeah, right. Let's not talk
in the most boring fight, Jamie.
Boo.
One thing, right, it's going to be interesting is the gas tanks, because Lewis is notorious for having a bit of a poor gas tank. And then in Blades' last fight against Volkov, at the end of the fight, it was just like every breath was like. The guy was absolutely done in, bless him. So it's going to be interesting to see if Curtis Blades has got a bit of a grasp on it. Because if you think a point that you said, Ben, Curtis Blades is strong for the first 3 rounds of the fights. Now then he gets a little bit tired, a little bit sweaty, and that's where just stand up becomes a huge factor. You know, I say Derek Lewis, but I say that as a meme because I generally do think Curtis Blades is just going to grind his way out to a decision or even get a ground and pound finish. But
the only thing that might be swaying my decision a little bit is that Derek Lewis doesn't look fat. He actually looks in shape, which is
now I'm excited for Tom Aspinall and Andrei Arlovski. Tom Aspinall is a boy I can get behind. He looks in shape. His first fight, he looked a bit flabby, but he's looking shredded now. Well, I say shredded for as shredded as white heavyweight can be.
Andre Arlovsky also on a 3-fight winning streak right now. Interesting to see the rhetoric change. Was once known as the biggest gatekeeper in that 265-pound division, sort of just getting knocked out by people like Jairzinho, Rosenstruck in one punch. It's interesting to see that he's flipped it around at his age, going on a 3-fight win streak.
Here's my theory. Right? You've got your C-level Kane, you've got your Cam Cody's, straight nose Arlovsky. Ever since he got his nose fixed, he hasn't been knocked out. Watch. I've been deadly serious. Go watch his. I think he lost to Jairzinho, then he got his nose fixed. Right, his nose has always been bent for ages. After he gets it fixed, he goes on a 3-fight win streak. That's not. That I'm telling you, straight nose Arlovsky is like C-level Kane. I'm going to see a late resurgence. He's going to go for the title, and then he's going to retire into the sunset with his beautiful straight nose. I'm telling you, I'm like Charlie in Always Sunny when he's on about Pepe Silvia. I've got boxes full of straight nose with Arlovsky. Honestly.
Coming at the live
Referencing-
betting favourite is Morbid Mad Lad dropping on the 98% to 2% on the Botamo points. BOTG going out on a limb and
Understandable.
putting some money on BJM, going for the big return. And Morbid having it.
Lewis takes the W. All he needs to do is uppercut right away. Samsonium, one of the contenders in the Xbox 145-pound division, putting his take for the main event in the chat.
Yeah, I'd like to see Lewis, not even for the uppercut to the head, because it's a bit of a smaller target. But if you go for an uppercut as he's coming into the sternum, whoo, that's going to do some damage. If you're a big puncher like Derek Lewis as well, if he's just diving in for a big takedown, and he can time like a real hard uppercut to like the solar plexus of the sternum, that's gonna win Curtis Blades and making things wise.
Speaking of Alexei Oleinik, he's also fighting on this card against Chris Dawkins, the 59-14 Alexei, the boa constrictor.
You know, there's a fighter on the UFC card tonight that when she was born, Alexei Oleinik was 4-1 in his professional record. He's fought across like 4 decades, and he's fought Chael Sonnen. He fought Chael Sonnen at middleweight, I think, or light heavyweight maybe.
He's funny. He's funny, that guy. I love him.
Going through some of the other fights. We've got
Right,
Jared
so-
Flash Gordon versus Danny Chavez in the featured prelim.
Agro Fighting card has now turned into Agro Podcast. Welcome. Fuck the fights. Let's have a podcast.
Currently just waiting on the stream to get settled. Going back to the analysis, though. Jakar Close versus Luis Pena. Interesting. Jakar Close dropping the one of the comebacks of the year, I believe is what it was, against Beneil Dariush. Luis Pena kind of struggling recently. I thought he looked great in his first couple UFC fights, but then he's getting dominated by guys that I think unanimously people think that he should have beat.
Yeah. Well, the one loss on his record that I don't agree with is the Matt Favola loss, because he hit him with about 18 flying knees, and like there's a lot of more significant strikes on the part of Luis Pena. I don't really agree with the Matt Favola loss, but he has fallen on some sort of tough times. Again, it's sort of stamina. He seems to be just get a little bit too tired. I'd personally love to see him back up at 155, or even, in all honesty, even take a shot at 170, because he's quite a long fighter. I reckon he could put on a lot of muscle.
Absolutely.
170. What do I know?
What does the
That guy,
does the PlayStation
beer.
170-pound champion know?
Yeah. I know, nothing. Nah, I'm joking. It'll be. I do like Luis Pena. His fighting style is really. I like. He's so like creative. He just really does paint pictures with his like hands and his feet. I loved him since Tough. Great and Tough.
Referencing the co-main event, we've got Ketlin Vieja and Yana Kunitskaya. Interesting bout. Kane, what do you think of that matchup?
Yana Kunitskaya, because she's banging Thiago Santos, and the power of the power of the hammer on his chest is going to be infused inside her. Nah, I don't know. I believe Ketlin Vieira is a great fighter as well. She's got good groundwork, and that's where we've seen sort of Yana Kunitskaya struggle. The only time we've really seen her struggle on the feet is when she faced Cyborg. But let's be honest, I would struggle and be scared when on the feet if facing Cyborg. So wasn't really a good first fight to like dip your toes into the UFC water. But she had a great performance and a lot of heart, because she got finished by Aspenland. She was up like I think 2-0 on the scorecards in the last round. Aspenland just came out and stormed her, took her down and ground and pounded her. So she needs to work a little bit more on sort of like a heart. Her technical skills are there, but it's like if she gets tired on mountain, she sort of gives up. There's no real defense for her. It's upsetting to say the least. She's got a really interesting striking.
We're going to give Morbid another couple minutes, then we're going to move on to Jack and Lynx. They appear that they are ready. K5 fired. Can I just say thanks for letting me fight today?
Jamie, why don't you put us on an ad break? Or a break or something.
This is why we need some graphic or video to play while we're sorting out technical difficulties. That's the next step.
If this is live, I hope the fans can hear Morbid's pure anguish. It's not live. But... Right, I was going to say good. Oh. Oh my god. Morbid. Oh, it is.
Thank you for your patience while we sort the situations out. We're going to move on to Jack and Lynx. Jack Lowry and Lynx meeting today. Kane, what do you make of this matchup?
Very, very interesting matchup. Jack Lowry, a surging contender in the PlayStation division, and Lynx, a known name. So this could be a big fight for Jack. Just trying to. You got the official betting line for me? I've just gone off it.
The official betting line appears to be Jack Lowry closing at a plus 210 underdog, Lynx at a minus 360 favorite, which to me maybe it makes sense, right? Lynx is the number 4 contender in that PlayStation 145-pound division. Jack Lowry is at number 7, only winning 1 out of his last 5. Lynx alternating wins and losses, 3 wins and 2 losses in the last 5. I mean, it's a close fight in terms of the paper potentially, but obviously the betting line doesn't agree.
Remember, this is a rematch, and it also resulted in one of the greatest comebacks of aggro history when Lynx flying knee Jack after being absolutely dominated for the first.
Oh, was that what that was?
This is
I think was that against. I think that was against the cage, wasn't it? When Lynx got his body beat up, and then he just jumped. Oh, I remember that. Oh my god, yeah.
We've let them both have a few fights, cool off, and now they're coming back to settle the score. Lynx looking to show that
you've let Jack win one fight. Nah, it'll be a good fight to be fair. Like you said, Jack's lost to some real good names in aggro. He's lost to Lynx. He's lost to BetPick, which again, BetPick's a dominant force in many divisions. So it'll be interesting to see what he does different to his other fights.
If I get one more
Maybe
message
he knows
from fighters saying my internet's down, I'm gonna cry. How is everyone's internet's down in the whole fucking world? Shit excuse. I ain't fucking stupid. Just say you weren't ready to fight.
Okay, and look at that 350 ping going on down there.
Showing more
it's going to be
to take
difficult.
a fight on any ping. Good lads. That's what we like to see.
BOTG, bring it up to 170.
What?
Jamie, put the fight.
Jack is the MMA Twitter GOAT. I believe, didn't Jack get beat by a garage door once? I thought, is that the same Jack?
That is the same Jack who got beat up by his garage door.
Oh, man. Well, let's see if he can get a W here and then rematch the garage door afterwards.
He won't be happy with that one. There you go, okay.
Let's see if Lynx will ready up. Both Kickboxer, Sniper, and Razor. Interesting. Kane, detail the differences between the two of the Sniper and Razor archetypes in that Kickboxer class.
So with the Kickboxer Razor, it is more of a sort of Thai style fighter. You've got a lot of good leg kicks, knees. I think your elbows, your knees, and your leg kicks are your highest rated moves there. And with the Sniper, a lot more boxing combinations than it is kickboxing. The Sniper being a previous boxing sort of archetype, then being bumped up to kickboxing. I wouldn't say the Kickboxer's leg kicks are that great. The sort of subpar is mainly in the combinations for the hands. They've got really flush boxing combinations. They can really mix up to the point of the head real easy. So I'll be interested to see if that plays effect. Now, like I said, the Razor, fantastic leg kicks, fantastic knees, fantastic elbows, and the clinch is a big part of this game. One of the meta things. So if Lynx can get the clinch and really fire away with those knees, it's going to be a quick night. But
you can see one of the perks on that Razor class is the out of the gates perk, strikes consuming less stamina during rounds 1 and 2. Lynx could be looking to tee off early.
The smart decision in a 3-round fight, you could really leave it all of those first 1 or 2 rounds if you put a little more output than you normally would. So let's see if that also plays an effect.
Going to that lead roundhouse to the body.
And you got to think Jack's going to be very vigilant now of going to the body after that, pretty much dominating Lynx on the feet for a good 3 minutes and then getting flying kneed. So let's see if that again, plays into the fight.
Lynx looks massive.
I know.
Well, it looks
Jack
like he's fighting
a little featherweight.
It looks like he's fighting 4 weight classes down.
Jack having some success right here in the middle of the octagon, really putting his combinations together effectively.
See, and that's what I was saying. The Sniper's not got great kicking combinations, but the hand combinations are beautiful. They've got quick, powerful hands. You just saw there, some with the 1-2, but it gets caught with the 1-2. Oh, beautiful rear uppercut.
For the head kick. You need a head kick.
There's that flying knee attempt from Lynx.
And again, we said at the start, Jack's going to be a little more privy to that flying knee now after getting dropped with it in his last fight. So
Oh, big overhand from Lynx.
Link's looking like
Interesting
that
that
guy
we've got
from them.
the orthodox southpaw. You could really see that rear roundhouse to the body playing into effect for either gentleman here, but neither seem to be going for it.
Link's looking like that guy in the UFC who's fighting in this lightweight weight when he's fighting at featherweight tomorrow. Or tonight.
oh, both trading there
Nice
in the pocket.
spinning
Nice
elbow.
spinning elbow. Lynx tends to favour that spinning elbow. If I'm not correct, he's got a
Oh!
knockout or
Leg
to
kick
win that
overhand.
spinning elbow.
Lands hard.
Oh!
Head kick!
Oh!
Naked head kick lands for Jax. Back and Lynx up.
I like how he's taking his time. I like it from Jack.
Caught with an uppercut there. Catches him with a
Jack
neck.
is. Oh!
Oh!
Jack Lynx down with the overhand.
Jack!
Going to
Yeah.
look
Jack!
at ground and pound. Head health is. Oh!
Jack finishes the fight!
Oh!
Oh my
Jack
God.
Lowry
Wow.
makes it 1-1. Ping not a factor in tonight's fight. What a finish and what a performance there from Jack.
Shows the fight.
Jack
The first
Lowry.
fight was a lucky win from Lynx. Wow. Wow.
Jack Lowry launching himself back into that top 5, potentially PlayStation 145. And I believe, boys, that he is ready for the rematch against the Garage Door. Beautiful performance.
That's how you restart an aggro card. Brilliant performance. Fuck.
Garage Door versus Jack Lowry for #1 contender at PlayStation 145. Jamie, how would you feel that you stack up against the Garage Door?
Finishing round 1.
Yeah, it's a tough match, but pretty stiff, quite wide. I don't think you'll be able to take him down. I reckon you'd finish it on the feet.
I don't get hit by a naked head kicks. We all know that.
Interesting kind of game plan by Lynx coming out there as well. Didn't really seem like he knew what he wanted to do. Didn't really stick to one strategy. Kind of went to the leg kick sometimes, went to the body others, tried to go upstairs at even more times, but it's just, you got to have something consistent. I think that's what Jack Lowry did here. Working the combinations, finding room for that uppercut when he could, pressuring effectively, all around flawless.
Again, I was just thinking as you were saying that consistency is key in the fight game. You need to go out with a good few game plans in case the first 2 don't work, but you can't go out there and exert all your game plans in the first 2 minutes. He threw the leg kick, stopped doing that. Went for the head kick, stopped doing that. He really didn't just set on a single game plan, which is unfortunate. But we'll see Lynx bounce back, and now we get to see Jack Lowry take on another contender at 145, which could be an interesting fight.
Speaking of Jack Lowry, we've also got an interview. Cracking to see.
Let you boys take it away.
Ben, all yours.
Jack, welcome to the booth. First of all, congrats on the victory against
Hello.
Lynx, getting that one back. How do you feel about that?
That's good. I'm happy with that.
Was there
Check the stuff there.
Was there anything that surprised you about his approach, right? With the leg kicks maybe giving you cause for concern?
A couple of those calf kicks at the same time as jabs. Because I wasn't expecting calf kicks.
Did you work on maybe the uppercuts, your phone booth fighting
It
for
was
this fight?
the lead hook, that check hook. That's what it was. That's what I've been throwing in ranked. Like every game in ranked, I'm just throwing like 1-2 check hooks.
Really now?
It
Thanks,
works,
thanks
so.
for telling me that, Jack. I'll keep that one in mind.
I got robbed of a decision last time.
Decision?
Jack, looking at the top 5 of PlayStation 145, of course, you've got Jamie on top with the champ, Bumrock at number 2, Greg number 3, Humble at 4. Now, I have to imagine that you're going to either be 4 or 5. Who do you want next?
I think Greg is the easiest, so that's where I want them. Whatever's easiest.
I think Nick finishes you, bro.
I'm not looking for difficult.
Jack,
I'm
I
not-
have to
I
have to ask you,
everyone
though.
knows I can't grapple.
Now, maybe out of the PlayStation 145 aside, do you think that you and the Garage Door can run that one back?
I've tried. What I did is I shut it, and that's it. I'm like 21-3 now with the door. So
The
it's-
behind-the-scenes sparring sessions are in your favor.
yes.
Well, Jack.
Jack, well, thanks for
Forgot
joining the
it was
booth.
open, innit?
Congrats on your victory. Looking forward to calling your fights in the future. Have a good one, champ.
Bye.
More.
Bye.
wants to fight me, but then
Yeah, that's it.
he wants to fight me and openly says he can't grapple. What's fucking point in that then? Finish it.
Cage Rage UFC 4, thank you for the 50 bits. Always love support from the partner league. It was a pleasure commentating the Royal Rumble yesterday.
Is Morbid versus BMG fighting or?
No, now Morbid's fighting Dylan again. Dylan is back in for the fight against Morbid. The original fight is back. We had to mess around with Morbid this week, but it seems we will eventually get him in a fight.
The drama queen of aggro, we like to call him.
If Morbid, after this point in time, says we don't give him chances, I... Pausing a card for you, Morbid.
To be fair, the second one wasn't his fault. I can back him on that one. I was watching him.
No, it was his fault. His fault. Don't stick up for him because he's your mate.
Let's see.
But if we have them in the lobby, I just need the stream link. Not much I can do without it.
Robbie Poirier in the Twitch chat, hashtag Aziz to aggro. Who knows?
Oh,
Is
no, my DMs have
Tadpole
been
making a
getting lit up
return?
for the past-
Tadpole?
I've heard about Tadpole return as well. That'd be a cracking return. It's really spiced up the Xbox divisions even more than they already are. It's crazy how much aggro
Tadpole,
changes. One minute PS4 division's flying, next minute Xbox is just taking straight over. Here we go, we've finally got a fight. Morbid Mad Lad versus Dylan 2025. Here we go.
Morbid with that 50-43 on his calf.
Never mind, they're not fighting. Stop it right now. Not having that.
What?
He's got my scorecard tattooed on his chest.
Oh, right.
I'll ring him right now.
I genuinely thought you were being serious and I was about to punch my desk. Looks like these two have already met, maybe in ranked. Morbid holding
Morbid.
the weight over Dylan, if that plays into it.
Morbid choosing the Wrestler Dominator class.
Interesting.
Dylan Snipes
Morbid
going
is
for the
actually high
Kickboxer
level.
Razor.
Interesting. Morbid
If
is
I'm,
actually
if
high
I'm not
level.
correct, if I'm not mistaken, sorry, that Dominator class does have the standing guillotine, something we know Morbid loves to favour. So that might play a factor into
But
this
also
fight
a
for
very
us.
poor chin.
Again, outside of that, you got the 4-star guillotine. You got the 4-star double leg. And again, you've got the grinder, the less stamina when grappling on the feet. Or, of course, less stamina when grappling on the ground. This really shows that Morbid might be trying to get back into his grappling, right? His wrestling roots. I know that he wanted to be a striker, really making improvements in that. But at this level, in organizations like Aggro, Cage Rage, you can't just jump into the deep end being a striker. You have to kind of work it into your game slowly.
Exactly. And I primarily a striker now until you see me in my next fight. But when I first started out as aggro, my striking was not the best. It was quite sloppy. It wasn't really put together. I had to take time off to really polish that. If you want to be striking aggro, you don't want to practice while you're fighting. You want to sort of nail that down in your sort of your off game. When you're fighting aggro, stick to your bread and butter, stick to what you know to get those wins. And then when you know you're comfortable and you stand up and you're finishing people consistently in the feet, then go out in aggro and put on a performance like that. But we're getting ahead now. We've got Morbid in the left in the sort of beige shorts versus Dylan.
Morbid
no.
starting off with a standing guillotine.
I called it
Just-
just before. That Dominator's got the standing guillotine.
Oh, it's
This is
over.
probably gonna be over
Oh,
very
Morbid
quickly.
Mad Lad.
Wow. Morbid.
He's made us wait 45 minutes for
You
this.
gotta be joking. A 40-second standing guillotine. Oh, man. Wow.
Speechless.
Morbid. Showing the doubters, hey, if I've got the standing gi on my side, you're in for a rude fight.
He finished it that fast that the voting didn't
Ruthless.
even finish. How many
Quick,
seconds
get your
was
votes
that?
in now. Win some free money.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Free money for all.
No, I ended it, don't you, Owen? No one's exploiting the system.
I'm a little bit
Still in
Speechless.
2025, falling to 0-3. Morbid Madland moving to 6-5, snapping a 2-fight losing streak, showing that look, if you're gonna beat Morbid, you have to be of a high caliber. I think that showing right there kind of righted some of the wrongs that Morbid's had the last couple weeks and turned back the narrative that some doubters have thrown his way.
43 seconds.
Absolutely, I agree. And like I said, stuck with his bread and butter. Didn't go out and try to strike. Just did exactly what he needed to do. Didn't expect it to be that quick, but hey ho, that's a good win for him. Gets him back where he needs to be. He can start getting slowly working himself into that title picture.
Right, if
Tadpole
anyone in
100.
the chat is wondering why that isn't banned, it's also because it is extremely easy to defend. You can't ban moves as long as they're not illegal strikes and it's not illegal.
No, yeah, that's a really easy submission to defend. You just hold R2. There's no cheese against
Especially
that.
with now
It's
the
not a
late
cheesy
the
move,
late
it's
denials on the trips, you can get away with just holding the standing guillotine block and just going for the late denial on the takedown. So unfortunately, Dylan didn't quite know how to defend it. Maybe, although at quite high level on the game, maybe hasn't got the fight IQ. Maybe it's all in career mode.
Morbid has joined the waiting room. Appears he wants an interview after that performance.
His fucking voice.
I'm tapping out of this one, boys. Take it away.
I'll take it because I'll shut him up. Morbid mad lad, you dirty bastard. How are you feeling?
Here we go. Oh, right, so I was so fucking pissed off waiting for that little one to join, right? I told him about 46 times I've invited
Yeah,
him.
we're not talking about that fight, we're talking about the one you just had.
Okay. Oh, well, I was that pissed off, I just thought, fuck, I'm going to stand and guillotine him. That's it. He got cheeky. I just wasn't having it. I didn't like the way his calf looked at me.
Fair enough, 43 seconds,
Morbid.
maybe the fastest submission ever in aggro, apart from the one that Alistair got on you. Cracking.
No, that was that was in round 2, you prick. I don't want to talk about that. That was season 1, different game. I mean, earlier today, standing guillotine judo demon. So I am the best in the world.
Morbid.
I don't care what you say.
I've got a question for you, right? So we've
Okay.
seen the last couple weeks that you've taken more of a striking approach and trying to work that side of the game. Is this where you close that chapter? Are you moving back into being a grappling style fighter?
I wouldn't call it a grappling. I'd call it more of a dickhead. But yeah, what happened is I was like, I'm gonna be all cool. I'm gonna strike. I'm gonna be a complete player. And then Omni fake glove touched me. And ever since that moment, I thought I'm never gonna be nice to a human being on this game again. So I'm now just turning into Rayhan from Wish, and I'm just going to cheese the fuck out of anyone I fight.
Strong words from the former champion. Morbid, what do you think is next for you?
And future champion. Well, I don't care, really. I mean, Dosser can get it. I like Dosser, but I quite want to fight him. But I want Umbro next. Because Umbro's another little fake glove touching punk who needs slap. But with
Morbid,
Umbro,
as much as I like you, I don't know if beating the number 9 contender launches you up at the top. You might have to have another fight in the middle. We've got people like Isaac. You've got people like Mucho, Cocky Sonny.
You're naming people you know I beat. And
Well,
you know I beat them. You know it.
I
You all
disagree.
know that I beat them.
I think Mucho wins.
you never know until the fight goes down,
Mucho.
Morbid. Regardless, look into calling your fights in the future. Thanks for joining, champ. See you soon.
Yeah, I want Umbro now.
Oh, he never fails, does he, that kid? Never fails to impress.
I like Morbid a ton. I think Morbid, as I had said earlier, is just so confident in himself, and that's emphasized there, calling himself the best in the world. I hope that he proves it. You know what I mean? I hope that he does achieve what he says he's going to achieve.
Yeah. That's like being on a 2-fight losing streak, beating Diego Sanchez and being like, I want a title shot. It's unrealistic.
Okay.
Just
So,
appreciate you're a former champion, but that was quite some time ago.
Okay, we've got an ad right now, so
Right, we're back live. And action.
Next, we've got Betpick versus Greg now. Now, this fight is in the PlayStation 145 division. This fight did come as a little bit of a surprise, but it's a banger nevertheless. We've got Betpick. He's a former PlayStation 170 champion. Dropped the belt to myself and then fought again myself for the rematch for the 170 vacant belt at the time, but he wasn't successful. Now he dropped down to 145 and he's fought in 170 as well. So that's, you know, being one of many fighters to hold multiple wins across multiple divisions. You know, with a win over Gregman, he could be on the cusp of another title shot in Agron. But let's not forget his dance partner, Gregman, who is 1-1. His last loss came from Jamie, the current PlayStation 145 champion. And Gregman's only win was a dominant performance. He knocked out Lynx in his debut. You would think with an impressive win over Betpick tonight, he could send Gregman up into the title contention. It's going to be an interesting fight, and I'm really looking forward to this one. You know, Betpick's been extremely confident all weekend. When I spoke to him, he said this fight's not. He doesn't really care about this fight. The performance he's going to put on tonight is just to make Jamie scared. So I'd love to see what Jamie's thoughts is on that. But you know, he's very confident, a little bit cocky coming to this fight, but as you should be. He's riding a 2-fight win streak. You know, both submission, both fantastic knockouts, one spinning heel kick and an axe kick. So it'd be interesting to see if he can go out tonight and replicate his success at 145.
And interesting how Betpick has sort of been calling for the last several weeks that Jamie, the champ, is ducking him, right? Betpick feels that he deserves the bigger fights in this organization.
Yeah, it's crazy how he thinks.
No, I agree. Again, he was a little bit upset when I spoke to him that he had not been chosen for the title. He thought maybe in last week's card, I think, or the week before, with the late pullout from Brandon when Bumrock stepped in, he was a little bit frustrated because he thought, well, that makes sense to do Jamie versus Betpick for the #1 contender for Bumrock. But you know, he was upset that they chose Jamie versus Bumrock. A good fight, nevertheless. So he's a little bit upset. He feels a little bit disrespected when I spoke to him. But you know, like I said, tonight he doesn't really care for Gregman. He's just going to go out and put on a performance that, quote unquote, makes Jamie shit himself.
Yeah, obviously, we all know Betpick is a beast. We've seen him win a belt. He's a crazily good fighter, but I think he's coming in too confident against Greg. Look at his level for starters. Obviously, you can't see it on the stream, but we can see it. Third prestige, I believe that is, isn't it? Red 4. He knows how to play this game, and now he knows how to turn his left stick transitions off. He could be a cracking fighter. His stand-up's crazy.
Jamie, after fighting Greg and sort of experiencing the force that he brings into the cage, do you think that Betpick Humble is going to have any problems?
On the feet, I believe, yes, but obviously we didn't see a lot of Gregman on the feet because I'm just that good. Sorry, I didn't know what to say. But I'm excited.
I don't know. Either way.
I'm excited to see Betpick fight again. Obviously, if he wins, he will be next for the belt. I'm saying that right now. He knows that anyway.
Betpick changing his car from the, you know,
the prospector, the little guy is no more. We've got Big Beal.
Lean, mean Beal.
No, like Ian Beal. He's got nothing left.
Oh, come on now.
Come on, that was good. Come on.
Jamie, I want you to leave and me and I will take it.
Come on, that was good.
Back in a second.
All the Americans like, what's he on about?
I think Greg Mann looking to get back on the horse. You know, I mean, he came into this organization guns blazing, pissing off everybody that he could. And after suffering a loss, right, that facade is hard to keep up, right? You can't keep that energy after getting kind of toyed with like he did and losing in the fashion that he did. So I think this is an opportunity. He's choosing balance virtuoso. If Kane was here, Kane would talk all day about the leg kicks that archetype brings. But Greg looking for redemption, looking to get back on top. Betpick looking to cement that title shot. Implications are high. Stakes are heavy. I'm looking forward to this one. You can see Betpick going through the moves in each kickboxer
done this
class.
Before the fight, right?
Right. You think he'd know in general?
No, because he's a high-level fighter and he's been fighting for years. You think he'd know which one he wanted to go for. Coming in at 100% for Betpick. POTG throwing it on the underdog again. He knows what he's a betting man. This guy. I respect his confidence.
Betpick is doing some.
If I go quiet, boys, because I'm watching this one closely. I'm excited for this fight.
Betpick doing some multitasking in the Twitch chat, arguing with It's Smoggy. They've been going back and forth the last couple minutes. Good to see some respect shown on both sides.
Jamie, you sit
Bet
back,
pick
relax.
coming out
Big Ben
strong.
will take this one.
Ah.
I'm very
Oh,
interested.
a battle
Myself
for Greg
personally,
Man.
I'm also invested in the fight. You know, I've fought Bet Pick twice, and they're both absolute barbers.
Oh.
Bet Pick opened up with a 1-2 head kick.
Good elbows from Greg.
We've got Gregman in the green and gold, and we've got Bet Pick in the left. Going for that crazy man head movement. Caught with an elbow and a hook from Gregman. Oh!
Both
Ooh,
men
nice flip there.
trading leather in the center of the octagon.
And one thing is about Bet Pick that you can what you tend to notice sometimes is he does like to sway a little bit to the left. So if Gregman can get a real good read of that, he's done it one or two times now. But if he gets a good read on that, that could spell trouble for Bet Pick. Both fighters are sort of whittling away at the head health now.
Greg Man going to the body several. Oh! Humble landing that head kick, rocking Greg momentarily.
What the fuck? What head kick? Bren, mate, you're about 2 minutes ahead.
Greg being pressured back against the black line. Humble looking to do some damage. Greg firing back again. The head kick rocks him.
He needs to block that 1-2 head kick. It's heavy from Bet Pick early on.
Trading leather now in the pocket. Both fighters going to war.
Ben, you need to delay yourself.
Discord is
landing.
literally in 100 fucking P quality for me, but that's okay. I'll sit back.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Spinning back
Oh!
for
Oh!
Greg.
Oh! Oh my god!
Greg
Oh!
putting it. Oh! Look out again!
This could
Greg
be
Man
it.
looking to find the finish.
Wow. Gregman showing that he's been down, but he's not out of this fight. Beautiful clinch against the cage with the knee, gets him knocked down. Put
Wow.
on the pressure now, needs to get two.
Humble
two
on his bicycle,
Oh
backpedaling
my
heavy.
fuck.
Greg
I
looking
can't
to
breathe.
continue the assault.
Greg man! Greg man!
Oh!
Check left from Greg gets the attention.
Good decision, good
Goes for
takedown.
the takedown. Greg's defense seems to have improved. Oh, but Humble gets it to his feet, right in back sitting.
Could be all over.
He ain't got submissions. Oh yeah, he's got one. Good work from Greg man not to panic. I can't
Greg
breathe.
Man
Oh my
getting
god.
flipped in top mount here. Bad position for Greg after having so much success. Minute left in the opening round. Boys, this is fire.
I'm stunned, honestly. I'm
Imagine.
besides myself. What a fantastic round.
Humble only doing
Greg
worse than I
Man
did
earning
against
a
him.
lot of stock, in my opinion, with this performance so far.
I think Greg
Absolutely.
Man is. I think oh, I can't speak, boys. Fuck. I think Bet Pit's coming too confident, boys. He's already wasted a lot of stamina
Nice
as well.
denial there from Gregman.
And I'm about to
Oh,
finish the
it-
round.
Greg Man ending the first round with a sub attempt. Wow.
What a round. I don't know who I would give that to.
You can see Humble in the Twitch chat. I best stop arguing with Smoggy. The multitasking can only get you so far.
Hey,
Greg Man taking
that's
that
a bad
an easy
excuse.
10
He
now.
hasn't spoken in the chat since the fight started. He can't use that as an excuse. 10-9 to
Oh,
Greg
What
Man
a
in the first round.
performance.
I generally thought there it was all over that. Oh, whoo!
It appears everybody, including myself, counted out Greg Man looking for revenge, trying to make a statement here. Got so close to finishing in round one. Kane, what do you think that Humble needs to do in round two?
Wrestling would be a good idea.
Oh,
now
I thought he was going to kick him.
from Humble. So would be the kick. He used that a lot with myself in round 3 and round 4 of our fights. He'd like to utilize that clinch with the elbows and the upper.
Oh!
That-
Greg Man!
Oh!
Rocked
Oh!
again!
Oh!
Greg Man! Could
Now
this
this
be
could be
it?
it.
Could
Greg
Greg Man?
Man now-
Greg Man is winning!
Gregman with the upset!
Greg Man!
Wow, what a performance from Gregman! Woo! Woo! That's got to be one of the
Greg.
biggest upsets in Agra, hasn't it?
So, I think so. Greg running through that pick, Humble Dink. I have no words. I'm speechless with this performance. That is insane.
Holy. BetPick we've been saying all week how he was writing this fight off. It's not going to be hard. It's going to be a walk in the park. He goes out too confident, a little bit too arrogant, and gets, Gregman stays humble and patient and gets the finish. A huge upset and a huge, a huge feather in the cap of Greg when dispatching a former champion and an almost number one contender. Insane.
And outside of aggro, BetPick Humble is a huge figure in the UFC Twitch sort of gaming scene. Obviously, with all of his affiliation in Cage Rage, I mean, that victory, that might be one of the biggest upsets I think I have ever seen. Huge W for Greg. And I like to see, like you mentioned, Kane, patience. This guy has adjusted his strategy. He's maybe adopted more of a, not to mix words, but humble mindset moving into this one, realizing that he needs to leverage his skills and just trust in himself more instead of using his words. Now he's using his fists.
Absolutely. And one thing which I've noticed with Better Pick seems to be his downfall is he really does like to underestimate his opponents. He underestimated me the first time he got finished. He underrated Gregman massively this time around, and again he gets finished. So I'd like to see him sort of just take a step back, be a little bit not nice, but sort of like Dan Hooker took the mantra that every time that I chat shit to people, I get finished. So maybe Humble needs to take that mantra in his own sort of fight life and go into his next fight with a little bit more respect for his opponent.
Now the question I have to ask, Jamie, you are the champ. You just saw that incredible performance. What are your thoughts on the new and improved Greg Man 2.0?
I can't breathe. What did I just watch? I'm so proud
Nothing.
of
He's
Aggro, man.
speechless. That performance has shut up the champion. Greg could be looking at a title shot in the near future
I'm sorry,
again.
I was muted. The screen heard me. I just don't know what to say. Wow.
Jamie, did you expect Betpick to did you expect Gregman to pull off that upset? Did you expect him to sort of
I mean,
walk through Betpick in a way?
You're not going to believe me, but I've been saying all week Betpick needs to watch his mouth. I know Gregman's a cracking fighter on the feet. And I would reference the Lynx fight a lot of times in the build-up. And then I was right. Wow. Honestly, I've just been sat looking at my screen in pure disbelief. What's next for me now?
What is next? I mean, the rematch there with Gregman could be an option, but at the end of the day, you could do Gregman versus Bumrock for the number one contender. That would make sense.
I beat every contender now, and Betpick lost, so...
True. Would you not pursue the rematch? Are you not bothered about any rematches, or...?
I dominate him, though. But I will fight him again if that's what happens. But obviously, you know, I'll take any fight. But maybe, yeah. Wow.
We'll leave the matchmaking to the boys downstairs. Moving on, Young Cardi versus Eddie Murphy. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a trilogy, the rubber match.
Yes.
And it's got giant title implications.
You're alright, bro.
Yeah, I'm just honestly, you don't understand. It's been 86 years. I've had 15 different hairstyles in the time where I had a number one contender. So this match
Young
is
Cardi, the number one contender in Kane's division, stringing together back-to-back wins, closing at a -140 favorite. Eddie Murphy, the 8-6 number 2 competitor, recently dropping, of course, to Young Cardi. Closes at a +180 underdog. Kane, obviously, this is your division, your territory, your realm. What is your prediction for this fight?
I'm really not sure. Just because the second time they fought, Eddie was hell-bent on the wrestling of Carti, but we saw Carti go out and take him out. So are we going to see Carti go out there this time and take him down, or are we going to see a mixture? So I really do believe it's go either way. It could go either way. Although if it does go to the floor, I would give the edge to Carti just because it seems that Eddie's ground game is to be desired. It's a little bit lackluster. There's not a lot of substance there. Whereas his striking, he has got wonderful striking. So on the feet, it's 50-50. I think if Ned takes it to the floor, it'd be a smart decision, and it would be a long night for Eddie.
Right, I'm just going to send this an ad break because I've got to speak to the commentary boys.
God, that was fucking insane.
Right, we've got an announcement. Take it away, Ben.
Boys and girls, it appears that the PlayStation 170-pound champion, our co-commentator today, Kane, is putting the gloves on to defend the throne against Young Cardi Global. I am so pumped for this one. Kane's been looking for a challenge. Kane needs a contender, and Young Cardi fits that bill, stringing together incredible performances back to back. Nobody deserves the shot more than Ned today. I love that we can put this fight together. Jamie, what are your thoughts on this one?
Well, you know, I've always been a big talker of Kane. I've loved him since he joined Agro right at the start. Obviously, being the owner, and he's always, no matter what we've ever asked of Kane, he's jumped in, no matter what. And he stepped in to defend his belt on short notice, just like MMA King did last weekend. Great, brilliant from the title. The title holders always willing to fight. It's amazing. It's what makes Agro great. And Young Kai, Agro legend, obviously beat by myself back in the days. I'm sorry I had to get it in there, obviously, just like Chad would have. But since then, 11 fights, cracking, pretty much 50-50 on wins and losses, 2-fight win streak. No one else. So he was supposed to fight Eddie. Obviously, Eddie not turned up, so you've got to give him the title shot, really. This will finally get Kane a defense after winning his belt, and obviously being able to wipe off the ganja loss off his last fight. It'll be a beautiful, cracking fight.
Truly a win-win for the organization and the stream today. 3 title fights capping off today's Agro 35. Wow.
Also, boys, if you're listening right now, stick around for the end of the stream. We've got a huge announcement. You do not want to miss it. Do not leave this stream. When the main event is over and we've done the interview, do not leave this stream. You want to hear what we're about to say. Ben, you already know what I'm going to say, and you know that they don't want to miss this.
Pumped for it. You guys absolutely do not. Big implications for next week's event. If you want a sneak peek, definitely stick around. Back to the fight. We've got pound for pound, again, legend, one of the most likable guys in aggro. You know, it's tough. I think paths to victory for him, Jamie, putting on the analytical cap. It's got to be the ground game, right? Young Cardi is such a dangerous, lethal guy on the feet. Best path, take him down, find the submissions when they present themselves.
Sorry. Sorry for ignoring you, but obviously I'm focusing hard here. What did you ask? Sorry, Ben. I'm trying now.
Paths. Talking paths to victory. For the 170-pound champ, I'm thinking Kane goes to the ground. That's his best route. Young Cardi, keep it on the feet and mix it up with the hands.
Well, obviously, give me 8 days ago, 7 days ago, or before Young Cardi last fight. I'd say the opposite way to what you just said. But now that after the recent fights, obviously, and Kane talk about his wrestling, I think you're all right. I think Kane, obviously, Cardi's been subbed. Cardi can wrestle, but he has been subbed. And Kane obviously never actually being taken down and showed his wrestling. So I think if Kane is going to use that virtuoso, which he's been talking about all day, all night, and all week, I think he'll be doing cracking on the floor.
If Kane does not throw calf kicks and leg kicks,
he'll look right at it.
Buzzing, absolutely buzzing.
Nothing better than a champ stepping up, defending his belt on short notice. Big up Bum Rock for doing it last week.
And it makes sense. Young Cardi is the #1 contender. I mean, you wouldn't want to just step in against a number 8 guy, the number 6 guy. Young Cardi has paid his dues. Honestly, I think that this fight should have been the one that was made originally. But here we are now.
Wow. I'm still fucking cat shaking.
Looks like we've got Chad, our main event, in the Twitch chat. I'm here. I'm queer. Get used to it. Seems that Mr. Humbledink has retired from the Twitch chat.
Hello?
And we are giving a new commentator a chance for this cracking 170-pound main event. Highlight is coming in to show his skills. Sorry for putting pressure on you, though.
No, it's fine. Great fight that's coming up. Been speaking to Kane a lot recently because he's been looking forward to getting back into the octagon.
And here we go. They're live. They're in
Highlight.
the lobby. It looks like Virtuoso from
Welcome to the booth.
both guys by the looks of it. I'm excited.
Hoping to see some leg kicks or calf kicks. Highlight, how do you see this one going?
I think that, well, Kane told me that since his last fight, he's worked so much on his ground game. He wants to be able to be a balanced fighter like GSP. And I think even if Carty tries to introduce the ground game, I think Kane will be able to handle it and he'll keep his title.
See, Kane already has an existing win over the #1 contender here. Ping looking good. Both men looking ready.
Highlight.
Boys,
What was your reaction
excited
when you seen Gregman KO bet pick?
My reaction?
Yes.
I couldn't believe it. I was shocked, especially after the way that Betpick has been acting this week, making it out as if it was going to be nothing. And then Gregman just walked through him like he was nothing.
Yeah, you avoided that 1-2 head kick and just put on the hands. Wow.
Yeah, it was great.
Kingfisher. Yep, Kane is defending the belt on short notice against the #1 contender, young Carty. Our boy Ned, can he realize his title dreams, or will Kane rack up another defense?
Will we get another upset?
Could you imagine if 3 belts change hands tonight? Very reminiscent of UFC 217.
That'd be crazy.
Highlight, I assume you're watching this fight after the close decision earlier. After this fight, we'll also have a quick... we'll speak to you about that and see how you feel.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to have a talk about that.
Here we go. Kane on the left, Carty on the right. Both open up with leg kicks.
Leg kicks. Carty finding that 1, 2, 3
This is funny.
leg kick from Kane.
Same 1-2 head kick Humble was using. That was a nice leg kick from dropping Kane's left leg down low. Nice check though.
Yeah, good check
Overhand.
from.
Overhand for Kane.
Kane's never really a quick starter. He's always settled into the fight. Whenever he wins, he seems to.
Not a quick starter, but definitely looking a bit fast here with the hands.
I think Kane's had
Pressuring
the
the
better of
striker.
the exchanges so far.
1-2 head kick, beautiful from Kane.
Ooh,
Takedown.
absolutely
Straight
agree with you.
half round.
Highlight, there's the takedown.
What's he going?
See if the ground game is on point.
Standing up. Not standing up.
Yeah, stand up.
He's standing up.
Maybe the takedown was by accident. Maybe he was
Leg
supposed to throw
kick.
a body strike. Nice front kick. Kane's really good at that. He steps in, makes you think he's in range, scoots straight back out, and you miss your strike. It's beautiful.
We'll say Kane going for that 1-2 head kick frequently here. Can young Carty
Oh!
make the read?
He's rocked it.
Oh,
Southpaw.
Oh!
Straight to southpaw from Kane. Beautiful. Correct
That
decision.
leg.
Carty's done very well at throwing these naked leg kicks and landing. I think Kane will start to read them though. Obviously, I've been a high level fighter, but you never know. You'd have thought Conor McGregor would have started to read them.
yeah.
Nice takedown from Carty, and he follows it.
Oh!
Nice body
Young
work.
Carty dig into the body, going upstairs.
Mixing it up, that's beautiful. Ground and pound. Stamina looking low already for both fighters, and it's only round 1.
Elbows from Kane on the bottom,
Okay.
denies.
So
Can
Yeah, Carty
Carty
gets
take
the half guard.
advantage of being on top right now?
Carty's got to use this time to win this round. Winning the opening round against the champ's always a confidence booster. Good denial. Will he go for the sub? No, he's keeping it there.
Working
Seems
the
like-
body.
Virtuoso has the anaconda, I believe, so it's actually quite a decent sub. Yep, so he does have the
Good
anaconda.
denial there from young Carty. Dig into the ribs.
Just working on Kane's stamina.
Beautiful. Nice. Pulls guard.
Pulls guard there.
Guards. Interesting choice.
Giving Kane the top control, which I don't think was a clever idea after he could have been winning this first round. I think he still will win the first round. Unless he's a rock. And Kane stands it up. Switches back to orthodox. Blocks a leg kick. That was
Oh,
beautiful.
big check
Nice
for
little
Kane.
leg kick.
Beautiful check.
Oh! Straight back elbow!
Oh! Young
Beautiful.
Carty.
A nice
Full back
takedown as well
elbow.
from Kane. Good work.
Young Carty.
A
back to the
1-2
feet.
axe kick.
Axe kick from Kane.
Kane needs to watch his stamina though. Nice head kick.
Oh!
Lead leg kick. Head kick. Nice!
Oh,
check again.
Flying
check
knee from
again.
Kane. He's looking to put on a show. What a first round. This is how you're fighting a title fight.
And Kane
Wow.
steals around at the end.
I can't deal with this tonight. I'm going to have a heart attack.
I'd like to see Kane work Carty's body a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
That would get his stamina down a bit.
Carty looking pretty much on 95% stamina. Kane looking about 80, 85. Not too much difference, but
A denial there from Kane. Eats a leg kick for his troubles.
nice.
Push kick from Kane.
Even though even though Kane's checking these leg kicks, Carty's still trying to throw them. He doesn't care.
I don't think Carty's thrown a leg kick since Kane moved to Southpaw.
Oh!
I think he
Good
just landed
counter to
one.
that sway back.
Now Kane is Southpaw. Oh, there's a leg kick. Much easier to read when it's coming from. Oh!
Oh! Big miss. Young Carty tries to capitalize, but the damage is not on his side. Kane working the knees in the clinch.
Oh my god, they fucking knocked him out then. Jesus. Oh! Kane
Oh.
getting caught as he sways back. With
Big
Well
his-
1-2.
Oh, they're going for a sway back elbow. This is technical.
That sway back is getting predicted from the number 1 contender.
Carty could be the first ever negative record person to win the title. Mental. Well, like I said, Kane does settle in late. If he can keep his stamina up, you never know. But obviously, going back to orthodox now, there's obviously more confident. 1-2 head kick.
Ooh.
Trading. Nice knee from Carty. That was nice. Nice knee. Back to southpaw for Kane.
Ooh,
Big whiff on the head kick.
Oh, I can't do this. I'm going to have
Eats
to turn
that
it off.
check left.
Oh my god.
Carty having a lot of
swing
success in the
back elbow.
pocket, but as
Oh.
I say that, he
Oh.
gets caught. Kane pushing, pressuring, coming forward.
Taking
Can
his
Kane
time.
finish it now?
Taking his time. Sway back elbows, just swifts. It's a bit slow. Sway left hand. Oh my Jesus.
Kane looking
Ooh.
like a champion midway through the second round, catching young Carty with all the shots.
Oh, body work from Kai. First body hooks I think have been thrown on fight. Nice knee from Kane. Oh, he gets
Knee.
caught go field.
Oh!
I can't deal with this.
Stakes are higher for the short notice champ. Good leg kick.
1-2 head kick from Kane, rocking Carty.
The pressure.
Kane loves that 1-2 head kick.
Spinning elbow. 1-2 body kick. Uppercut.
Highlight. Let me ask you a question. What do you do when a fighter is just pressuring you against the cage right here?
Well, you can either sidestep, try and turn him around, get him on the cage. Maybe Carty could possibly try and go for a clinch takedown or just go straight for a takedown. It's hard.
Yeah, I
It's
believe.
hard when you've got someone with as good pressure as Kane has.
Carty's doing a bit of a Stephen Thompson though. He's got his back against the cage, but he's not doing bad. Like he's landing.
Yeah.
Stephen Thompson likes his back against the
Kane.
cage.
Kane being very effective with the stance, switching as well, throwing strikes from orthodox and southpaw, landing effectively. Oh, big front
beautiful
kick
head
to the
kick.
Oh!
teeth.
Oh!
Impact!
Oh
Check
my
left hook,
god!
rocks
What
Kane
an
at the end
ending
of
to
the
the
round.
round.
8-Will Carlin quickly in the chat. Viewpoint didn't fight because Yair Stan's internet was down in apostrophes. We're on to round 3. I believe that's 1 round apiece. Maybe. I don't even know. And I ain't going to try and score no cards tonight.
Kane catching the body
After
kick.
your fight,
Back
highlight.
on the pressure for the champ.
After highlights fight, I'm definitely not a judge. Carty doing
Kane
well to
having a
get
lot of
wins.
success.
Oh my
Oh!
Oh, lovely.
Great
This is
combo
lovely.
for the
Overhand!
champ.
Oh, beautiful.
Overhand here
Oh,
goes for the
oh.
knee.
Oh my god. Oh fucking
If
hell.
he'd have landed that knee, oh my god, I think it would have been done.
Nice denial. Ned's showing really
Young
good head
Carty.
movement when he rocked. Maybe we should show that head movement before he gets caught.
Good uppercut from young
Oh,
Carty.
Carty with the lovely 1-2 body kick.
Kane outlanding 75 to 67 unofficial. Kane
And
doesn't
young
not
Carty
care.
turning it up.
He's just pushing forward. He doesn't care about the stamina. Oh, fuck.
These men are trading leather.
Left hook to uppercut. Overhand. Leg kick. Kane
Good
is
leg
straight
kick.
back to look off. Southpaw move. Oh, shit on the pipe!
Oh!
Beautiful Kane.
Head movement from Carty is absolutely amazing when he's rocked, but when he's actually standing and not rocked, he's
Yeah.
like any of
Just
it.
eating the shots.
You need to start using the head movement even.
1-2 head kick.
Oh my god!
Knee.
Wow!
Knee to the body. That he's reading that head movement now. Overhand!
Oh,
Oh.
he's down. This could be it.
Top man, that's it.
Does
That's
Kane
it.
defend
Is
the
it
Oh,
Kane
he
finishing
fucking
here?
Oh!
Carty just survives.
Carty's got to defend the head a little better as we approach the midway point through round 3.
Carty needs something big to finish this now.
Oh no!
Oh!
Oh,
Carty not capitalizing on the big whiff from Kane. Kane back on the pressure.
Flying knee, flying knee, flying knee. Oh, I didn't throw it. I thought I was going to knock him out flying knee.
Hardy backing straight up against the fence. Interesting tactic.
I like the
Should have
this read
circled
from
out there.
Kane, throwing the knee to the body now to shut off the head movement from Kai. Although sometimes
I
you can
think-
sway that knee with head move somehow. 1-2 body kick from Kai. He's still eating away at the stamina of Kane. But I think his head health might just be... Oh!
Beautiful. Oh my god, he
Knocks the
dropped it.
champ down. Young Cardi looking to capitalize with the knees.
Could this be one of the best comebacks?
No, I think we're... Oh my god,
Oh!
Kane drops him straight
Drop
down the
it.
Wow.
Can he
That's it.
finish
This
it
could
here?
be it.
This very
Head
well
movement
could be
from
it.
Kai is so good when he's
Wow.
rocked. Use it when you're not rocked, Kai. Bloody hell.
Young Cardi surviving as we approach the end of round
I
3.
think what we're going to see
Both-
from Kane here is just to ride out the round, to be honest.
Both men have tasted the canvas now. What a fight!
I think Kane needs to ride this round out, take the stamina regain, and go back at it in a round 4.
This could end up being fight of the night.
Highlight, what do you think of the pressuring from Kane? And similarly, how do you think that in this championship round that young Cardi needs to kind of find an answer for it?
What a
Um,
fight.
Well, for me, I think Kane's 3-0. I think he's got all three first of the 3 rounds. So Carty needs something big. He needs to get the knockout, and he needs to change the way he's fighting. Maybe put some pressure back onto Kane. Push the fight.
Young Kai having his first taste of championship rounds. Obviously, Kane being in here plenty of times.
Oh!
Oh,
Big
that's
whiff.
great to his nose.
That's way back there.
Oh! What the
Kane getting back on the
Oh,
pro!
he
2
rocked
head
it.
kick!
Can he finish it here?
That combination was absolutely amazing.
Oh my god! He knocked him out! No way!
What? Young
I
Cardi!
can't believe it!
Young Cardi! Stealing
That
the
is the
170
comeback.
PlayStation belt from the championship, Kane!
That is the biggest.
Wow!
That is the best comeback I've ever seen.
What a fucking fight!
Oh my god! Fight of the night! Wow! I'm shocked.
Kane dethroned from
Carty.
young Cardi, the #1 contender, the 5 and 6. Everybody doubted him out. The career resurgence and new.
Carty.
I can't believe it.
Carty.
Kane was landing that 2-head kick all night. Young Cardi finishes with his own. What an incredible finish from the new champion, Young Cardi Global.
Carty.
Oh my god! I'm shocked. I can't believe it. You caught
Absolutely fight of the night, in my opinion,
Yes,
so far,
fight of the
boys.
night, definitely.
Carty.
And all respect to the former champ, Kane did not need to take this fight, did not need to defend the throne. He put it all on the line on 2 minutes' notice. Kane, you will be back, champ.
Carty.
Boys, fucking hell, what a fight. What a fucking crap that was, wasn't it?
Wow. That was a great
Incredible fight.
Oh, mate.
We need to get
Ah,
Carty in
I'm
here
not
now.
even, I'm not even mad. That was a fucking... I'm happy that I got to perform against a legitimate top contender. Not only that, it was a fucking war, wasn't it though? It was a fucking fight. And
Oh, absolutely. Back and forth. You had the leg kicks. I knew that you were going to throw him, Kane. I had a feeling.
I got hit with some good leg kicks myself. I didn't expect him to go out and blast me as much as he did. It was I'm not even like I'm not upset. That was great. That like, gives me life. That means this division is so much more interesting now.
Yeah.
It's so much more wide open.
Absolutely.
There's so much more that can happen. And with Ned as a champion, it sets up so many
I
different
need to
fights. for
screenshot
myself.
this chat. Holy fucking.
But fucking
Kane.
what a man. You know what can I say? He went out there on a whim. You know. And beat the champion. I'm thrilled for him. I know, and I relish the rematch. I'll fight my way back up as I've always done. I'll stuff myself off, and I will be champion again. Ned, it was a fantastic performance. I'll let him have his interview, and I'll still jump back. I'll still jump back in if you want my company, but I'll let Ned have his.
Oh my god, I'll bring him in now.
Kane,
That's
the
a-
true champion through and
That's
through.
a champion
Let's
mentality.
get Cardi in here.
Ben, please do it.
Young Cardi, the champ and new at 170. How do you feel?
I'm just as shocked as everyone else, to be honest. I tried to throw an uppercut and it was a head kick on accident.
No!
I'm going home. What?
Ed accidentally wins the
I should have won
championship.
that. That's a scam.
Well, look, young Cardi, you had so many good things going on. The leg kicks were really effective. I liked the work to the body. Was there anything that surprised you from the champ?
Kai?
Where's he
Kai?
gone?
Ned?
Ned?
I can't hear anything in what's going on.
Oh,
Everyone's so quiet for me.
really?
Yeah.
Might be something in your Discord settings. I suggest hearing the question maybe in the Twitch then. To reiterate, was there anything that was surprising to you about that fight?
Everything. Or like,
Stop it.
I don't know. I thought I was going to lose. I was against the cage the entire time. I tried to throw an uppercut. My fat fingers missed the triangle and I just pressed circle. And I knocked him right out.
Oh my god, you're fucking hilarious.
Ned, what is next for you? Do you believe that an immediate rematch with the former champ is in the books, or do you think that Eddie trilogy fight could be the first defense?
No rematch. I'll work my way up. I'm not a bitch. Sorry.
I'm
Go
saying
on.
now Eddie's cut. I'm sorry to just randomly throw that on you guys, but Eddie's cut. He's pulled out 4 fights
Wow.
in a row. He can piss off.
Wow.
But back to
Big
the
announcements.
back to what we need to talk about. Kai, well, bro, you've been here since a very day one. You and Kane are big veterans, and that's your 12th fight and finally claiming gold. Fucking hell, I don't even. Can you all behave? I
Ned,
can't breathe.
incredible performance, Ned. Any last words that you want to say to those watching at home?
I tried to throw an uppercut.
Okay.
I'm going to have it in a bit, boys.
Ned, all right. Congrats on the win, champ and new. Looking forward to seeing your reign at 170.
Alright, love for that, man. Alright, peace.
He fucking
Wow.
accidentally won. You gotta be.
Kane, you actually.
Bro, I'm not even mad.
Kane, you
Can't run
actually
from-
swayed the right strike then. It proves that that your head movement was perfect.
Do you know what the worst thing is, though? Do you want to know what the worst thing is? I thought he was going to throw the head kick, so I tried to duck under. So if he would have thrown the uppercut, he still would have done damage.
Oh, for God's sake. So you
But
both,
Oh
Right.
my god.
you
Oh,
both did the wrong
what a
thing.
guy. I love him. I fucking love him.
Right, highlight. We appreciate you turning up. You'll probably get another stint on commentary after that. What a first fight to commentate. Fucking hell.
Highlight
Bro,
absolutely.
That was a
welcome.
fantastic
No
fight.
better fight of the night to commentate on. Great job.
For me to have my first fight to commentate on, for it to be that fight was insane. It was crazy.
Let's say goodbye
Let's
to
get
you
some
now,
love
highlight.
in the Twitch chat for debut commentary. The highlight. Looking forward to having him in the booth again.
Cheers, highlight, bro.
So,
Right.
Moving on to the co-main event, Liam versus Ed, Cobby, the champ versus the challenger. Will we see another belt change hands?
How?
Now, this is another fight that I'm excited for, because Liam has got some crisp striking, and Ed Cobby does like to bring it back. He's a little bit like myself, and like young Carty, likes to pull it out in the later rounds after being pieced up. So it'll be interesting to see what he does against Liam. But Liam is probably one of his toughest challenges at 155 Xbox at this moment in time. His striking is crisp. His takedown defense is in point. He's got, I believe he's on an 8-fight win streak. Is that the longest win streak in aggro? Am I correct?
8-0, absolutely correct, Kane. I want to say the one thing about Liam that I love is his pocket fighting, right? His phone booth fighting is second to none. I want to say that he is the best striker in aggro at that range, but that's the thing. The question is, will Ed utilize his insane distant management skills like we saw in the stand fight, right? Dictating the pace, fighting on his terms. If he engages with Liam right off the bat, I see this being an early finish for the challenger. But if Ed can drag it in to the championship rounds, I think we'll see a repeat of his stand victory.
I can't fucking breathe, boys. What have I witnessed tonight?
The last couple fights have been like...
I'm happy that I could.
Mate, I'm gonna have
you
to
know,
upload the
pump
Gregman
some
and the
beautiful
Bump and the
life.
Benfic fight separately. The last two fights
Alright,
we're gonna have to
let's
upload separately. That is crazy.
Kane, I would say that you have the fight of the night locked, but we've still got 2 title fights. Who knows what could happen? Let's get into it.
Right, here we go. How am I supposed to breathe for this one?
Right, Liam.
Ed and
green and Ed Cobby in the orange overalls with the tiny face.
Unfortunately, I believe the title holder might be the underdog here. So
We've seen it before. We've seen it with Stipe Miocic. We even saw it for a short period with Tyron Woodley and Darren Till. Darren Till is the favourite in that fight. Look how that went.
You can see Liam does close as a -260 favorite. Ed, the champ, at +220.
Liam showing patience compared to usually. He's not getting in the pocket. I spoke to Cobby on the pre-fight press conference, and he said he has no idea who this guy is. So I don't even know how this is gonna go.
Maybe that'll help, right? Sometimes you don't get caught up in the allure of a challenger, right? Some surging 8-0 competitor. If you've got no clue, right, that can hurt you, obviously, but it may help because you're not afraid.
I think that's what happened to Bumrock with me. I think he just got lured by a submission game and completely bottled it. But I believe he'll come back better. Oh, fuck. Boys, I need a drink.
Distance. This is a chess match right now. Liam understands the stakes. The 8-0 streak.
Oh my God.
Going for the belt against Ed. Oh, always creative.
Nice leg kick.
Good calf kick there.
It's usually virtuoso, okay. Oh, it's better than
Virtuoso is a good class to
I think
use.
they're both kickboxer.
Now, what I'm liking from Ed Cobby is them leg kicks. They're going to be a big difference because we saw with the leg kicks, they really like with the plodding footwork. It all depends on how low your leg health is now, not your stamina. So if he might have high stamina, but if his leg health is weak, he's still going to have that slow plodding movement. So leg kicks early on from Ed Cobby is a fantastic idea. Great fight IQ, and he's not another thing as well. Sorry, is he's not committing to these combinations. He's testing to see what Liam does with his head movement, and then he's firing a few strikes out. Another thing that's really,
Flying
really
knee
high
from
fight
Cobby,
IQ.
which caught him multiple times.
Big knee. That's what Stan kept catching Ed with. Maybe Ed's learned and added it to his own game.
This is a cracking fight so far. This is technical as anything you'll ever see.
Liam, I completely agree, Jamie. I believe you said it. The patience out of Liam right now is something that we have not seen before, but the pressure is something we've gotten used to. This is suffocating. Oh! Sway back uppercut, going to the body. Vintage Liam.
The sway back uppercut to the dig to the body twice is everything that he throws. Not everything he throws, that was not what I meant to say, but...
It's truly a staple of his striking repertoire.
Cheers, Ben.
You'd think Ed was used to it, but he hasn't watched the tape.
This is why you're the commentator and I'm just the guy who sits behind the screen.
Ed trying to put the pressure.
Ed Cobby should have watched the analysis and he'd have known about that. Front kick.
Oh!
What a
Round
first round.
goes to the challenger.
Mate, I can't believe it. I need to ring.
And I would say, honestly, it was 50-50 up until that rock. So, again, we've seen Ed Cobby come back from the brink of, from the jaws of defeat. So we can see him dig deep in those later rounds. And if I'm correct, Liam's had a lot of finishes. We've never really seen him be extended past sort of the third and fourth round. So we'll see how he deals if Ed Cobby can keep in it for that long and keep.
Front kick.
Oh!
Big
front kick from the champ.
Boys, I've got some Action Spencer cider.
I'd love to see more body work from Ed. You could see that knee throwing it out. That was the key to victory against Stan. Let's see if he can utilize it against Liam.
31 total strikes to Cobby's 20 unofficially. Now, of course, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Please, I need to stop talking.
Absolutely buzzing. That little sway hook is something that we saw work for Ed to vicious intent in his past couple of fights, but the head movement of Liam is just unpredictable. Good stick with the 1-2 there, dig to the body.
I think Cobby needs to stick with the body work. He's catching Liam when he's swaying. As long as he needs to obviously watch the sway back uppercut. He's catching Liam swaying a lot, especially to the body. I think that's what his key to victory will be at this point. There we go again. But Liam is blocking.
Liam pressuring.
I don't know how he blocks so fast. Oh.
Trigger finger.
Fucking hell.
I like the jab work out of Ed. I want to see a little bit more of it, right? As Kane was mentioning, drawing out the reactions of Liam, trying to get him to bite on some of the feints could be a big path to victory.
It's like we're watching Kane fight again with Liam. It is. It's like watching him fight twice.
Ooh. Good stick by Liam.
We don't get knocked out by an uppercut. Change to a head kick. Kane, I was just saying, now we'll talk about after fight, sorry. I shouldn't be talking about that stuff. It's unprofessional.
Oh, good body kick there. Nice knees there from Kobe and an uppercut return from Liam.
This is what me and Jamie talked about in the aggro analysis series. Good hook by Liam, but we got to see the body work. Nobody's really tested the body of Liam and gone to it effectively. Liam really teeing off right now.
The pressure from Liam's just fucking mad.
I like how Ed's circling out, though. Ed is finding the answers to get back to the center of the
Switch kick, that
octagon.
was a lovely switch kick. Oh, no, don't mess about, Twitch. Don't be a knob. Don't fucking piss me off. Sorry, boys. Oh, it's just come back on. Here we go. Oh!
Fight
fuck's sake.
still. Oh, Ed's rocked!
Back to the body as well, I believe it was. I've got no idea. I'm sorry for that, lads. There's not a lot I can do about stuff like that.
Ed being on the defensive, Liam looking to secure the gold.
A night like this is what makes me tick. This is why I started aggro. And 2 rounds to Liam by the seams of it.
2-0 to the challenger. Kane, what do you think the champ needs to do coming into this 3rd round to turn the tables a little bit?
Wrestle. Let's put Liam on the back foot. Stop allowing him to come forward. Stop allowing him to put that pressure on you. Clinch. You know, you've got the ability. Ed's got some good wrestling that we've seen. He just needs to utilize that. Take Liam down to the floor. Because as much as I love Ed, the striking's not really going well for him. He really needs to utilize a sort of clinch heavy game plan. You know, I'd love to see that, but he's going to do what he needs to do, and we'll see how that plays out.
Interestingly from Ed, he comes out straight to his 3rd round and switches straight to... Oh! Check up!
Oh!
Yeah,
Liam going to work.
He's gone to southpaw.
Stalking Ed Cobby.
Ed is now standing in southpaw. Did he get rocked to the leg last round? I'd love to know. Maybe that's... Oh!
Oh! To the body!
Spinning head kick. Rocks it to the body.
The switch kick
again.
is there. Liam feeling some
Put the
adversity
pressure
from
on
the
there.
champ.
Ed, stop walking backwards. Maybe he's being patient. Maybe I'm wrong. This is why I don't stand up.
Ed maybe not realizing an opportunity to give it to the challenger. Going to work with the body with the knee.
Nice knee.
Oh, good knee.
Cobby showing that he's not out of this fight. Even though he has
Would have been the proper time for a takedown, potentially.
The knee misses. He needs to stop throwing it naked. Wow.
Oh, Ed rocked again.
Nice
The
talk,
champion in survival mode.
Flying knee.
Go for that knee.
Yeah, there's a takedown. Good denial from Liam though.
Nice denial there.
Somehow we knew that were coming. Lightning fast reactions.
Ed needs to stop going to that sway
Liam
hook
is
so
picking him
consistently.
apart. I think
Liam's
this is
teeing
by the
off.
end of the
Oh, the
fight.
champ's down. Liam trying to finish at the midway point of the 3rd. Oh, Ed has got to get off of the cage right
Seen it
here.
Saturday this evening. This new position, I think there might be a little bit of a game issue with this position at the moment, but Ed Cobby turns it off.
Ed gets out. Liam still on
Big
top.
kick is there.
Jumping kick to the body.
Nice body work from Cobby. I think that's his key. I've been
Switching
saying
stances.
Cobby's only
Yeah, I
got
would like to see some more body work out of
the
Ed
switch
Cobby.
kick from Cobby's been there for a couple of times so far. Obviously, you can get caught if you throw it too close, but I think he's got to bite down on his mouthpiece and go for it. Nice body work from Liam, though. Oh, yeah. He's just so fast.
I would say at distance, Ed needs to do a little bit better of a job, right? Maybe the switch kicks to the body. Those have been there tonight. Throw them a little bit more often. Set things up.
Oh! Oh!
Good job. Oh!
Oh!
Chip down. This could be it.
I knew!
Liam going into the kill.
Oh!
I knew! Liam 9. Liam, whatever his name is, reclaims his
Gets the
throne.
job
9-0.
done.
Wow, anyone ever going to stop him?
The longest streak in aggro history continues. Liam back on top with gold.
Fight. What a performance from him. Even in the face of adversity, he got rocked to the body, still shrugged it off, came forward and marched Ed Cobby down. What a performance
What
there
an
from Liam.
uppercut.
And that might have been the longest that we've seen Liam in the cage. Typically, he gets him out of there in a round or early in the 2nd, really extending himself to the 3rd here. That shows how good of a fighter Ed really is. All respect to the former champ. But welcome to the top, Liam.
He's back on the top of his throne. 9-0.
Wow.
Can anyone see anyone stopping him on Xbox?
Maybe. You know, we could see the super fight between Liam and Shad. that would be an interesting fight. Chad's such a dominant force on the such a dominant force on the feet, whereas Liam is a striking phenom. It'd be an interesting fight for sure. Maybe we could even tempt Chad to stay a little longer on that Xbox division.
Kingfisher in the Twitch chat. Liam is elite, and I feel he's just starting. BOTG. 2 belts have been lost tonight. Very true. Every title that has been up has changed hands.
I think this fight card is rivaling AGRO37 for the fight card ever. This is mental. No interview from Liam. He's got business to do, which is fair enough. He's now a champ. I'm sure we'll speak to him very soon, whether it'll be in a press conference in the future. But wow, another and new.
All roads lead to the main event. Chad versus Raw Dog 2 for the Xbox 145-pound title is up next. I am blazing with excitement for this one. Will another belt change the hands, or can Chad extend the title defenses that he's racked up? Kane, what are your predictions for this one?
Oh, well, with tonight, we're probably going to see Raw Dog accidentally shoot for a takedown, but actually transition into some sort of supreme knee and take down Chad now. Definitely an interesting fight. It's a rematch for both of them, but there wasn't really a match there in the first fight. It was more just Chad sparring a heavy bag, if you will. No disrespect to Raw Dog, but that was honestly just the performance. It was the scorecards were 30-25, so Raw Dog's going to need to do something real spectacular to put Chad on his heels. So we're going to see that. And I can't not doubt Chad has been so dominant in his reigns over Aggro. So personally, I do give it to Chad. But we could see Raw Dog, night of upsets. We could see Greg Man pulled off the upset. Young Catty pulled off the upset. We could see Raw Dog pull off the upset. Could be a running theme tonight.
If Raw Dog wins this, my heart's going to fall out my ass.
Chad choosing the Jiu-Jitsu Vanguard. Raw Dog going for the Balanced Engine. Obviously, Balanced Engine having the 4-star blocking, as well as the impressive 5-star cardio, 4-star chin, and body health. I'd say one of the notable perks could be the grinder, right? Less stamina when grappling on the feet. Less stamina when grappling on the ground.
Oh, God, you know your stuff.
That lead body hook is also 4 stars. A 4-star jab as well. Raw Dog looking to meet Chad in his domain.
Right.
Interesting.
Honestly, if Raw Dog wins this fight, I'm
gonna fucking lose my mind.
I'm gonna give it. There's got to be a giveaway if Raw Dog wins this fight, right? I'm saying it right now. Giveaway if Raw Dog wins. Chad versus Raw Dog. Here we go. Will we see another and new, or is Chad just gonna do what Chad does?
Xbox 145-pound title above these two gentlemen tonight. 25 minutes to
Oh
make
my
life
God,
fair for
Chad!
Raw Dog. Oh, spinning kick to the chin.
Raw Dog catching.
Chad coming out aggressive.
Chad catching Raw Dog. No, yeah, blocking a takedown straight away.
Raw Dog could have picked that engine class because of that chin, able to eat that spinning kick pretty effectively.
Oh, takedown from Chad.
With the overhand. Welcome to the mat, Raw Dog.
Yeah, I ain't gonna get knee on belly straight away, surely.
Chad's been telling me that he's been working a lot on his submissions, so you might see
Denial!
transition into
Flips
more.
him!
Oh! Raw Dog!
Wow!
Already,
Rubber
2
guard
minutes
from
into
Chad,
the
I believe.
fight.
I think that's where we're going. Yeah, I'm seeing into the future. I know what's coming. Straight to top mount from Chad.
Rubber
yeah,
guard
beautiful
from
Chad. He's learned
Straight
from
to
the
top
best.
mount. Called it there.
He's been watching me.
Getting the reversal back, securing that top mount. Raw Dog gets the half guard.
Straight to full guard from Raw Dog. Full guard from Chad. And nice ground and pound. Bailed on the. Don't want to get slipped. Raw Dog can't be doing them naked transitions like that. He's never going to get them.
Chad doing a good job of fading to the left. It goes straight up to the full belt.
I think this is playing in Chad's head the last few fights, and I just think he's not going to make any mistakes at all.
Chad getting into half guard here. Looking to posture up again. Raw Dog, it's denied.
When there's been a lot of upsets on the card, it plays in your head a lot. I think Chad's just taking the first round to settle in. Collect his nerves. Thanks for the follow.
And he could be testing Raw Dog's improvements as a grappler on the ground, trying to see, hey, is this guy any better than the first time we tangoed?
Raw Dog's doing well not to let Chad get that knee on belly. guard.
143 left in the opening round here. All Chad to this point.
Chad's just looking for the free transition there. He's not actually looking to do any damage really. He's just looking for Raw Dog to...
Oh!
That was nice from Raw
Raw
Dog.
Dog with the reversal.
See if he stands up. Oops, straight to full guard. He's got to go straight into the rubber guard, I believe.
Backs it from Chad. That's
Straight
nice
to
from
backs
Raw
it.
Dog.
Nice denial there from
Raw Dog moves into half guard.
Don't get flipped. Raw
Posture's
Dog.
up
Don't
now.
get
Oh,
flipped.
big ground and pound.
Clever from Raw Dog not to take any damage.
One shot.
Twister from Chad. Twister from Chad.
Oh my
Twister from
goodness,
Chad.
Does
Oh
he
my
have
God.
enough time?
Oh
40
my
seconds
God.
left
Oh
in the
my-
first round.
Oh my god.
No way. No way that Chad gets a twister here.
No, he's not. Raw Dog to help. He gets the roll over.
Raw
I
Dog
think he's
displaying
out.
some impressive submission defense.
Better than
Chad.
his offense. Good from Raw
Gotta
Dog to get
think
out of
though, that is some serious kind of a fuck you attempt on the submission. Chad
Okay.
really outlanding Raw Dog in that opening round.
there. 10-8 from Chad. What a way to start the fight as
King
well.
Fisher.
Spinning heel kick straight to the face. Catching Raw Dog, redenying a takedown. That is brilliant. Brilliant work. Here we go.
Chad looking to make the first defense of the 145-pound title. Ed Cobby unsuccessful in the co-main. Ken Chad goes back to the spinning kick.
Oh. Chad.
Chad really dumping his stamina into those big moves. Can Raw Dog capitalize?
Leg kick from Raw Dog did a lot of
Big
damage.
leg kicks there from Raw Dog.
Beautiful damage. I believe we're gonna come back to shooting a shot at takedown. No?
One thing about the Vanguards and the wrestlers, they have really low leg health. and, like,
Imagine
they
he
really
leg kicks the finish. He gets a leg kick and finish.
Ooh, fake to the leg.
Raw Dog goes up high. Oh, hand plant roundhouse.
Chad showing off his capoeira skills.
Chad did tell me in the days leading up to this fight that he was going to try to stand a little bit more. Felt comfortable on the feet.
He said that in the presser as well. He said he's probably going
Oh, oh.
He said in the presser he's going to start standing a bit more if he's going to use Vanguard. He said he wasn't sure what he was going to do, but obviously he's probably been training today and decided he's going to go for Vanguard. Nice takedown from him. Gets a power takedown. Oh, he stands and holds him for a little bit. I was expecting a slap on the butt.
Kingfisher back on the mat again. Kingfisher MMA. Chad got one of the coolest calves. Completely agree with you. King Chad looking to go to work. Raw Dog reverses though.
Raw Dog.
I like to see Raw Dog just keep Chad here for a little bit.
Oh, he gets
Back on his back.
Arm
I
triangle
go
from
for the arm
Chad.
triangle. Finished his last fight. They finished the throw for the belt with the arm triangle. Let's see what he does here.
I don't believe he gets it.
Raw
Raw
Dog
Dog submission defense appears to be holding up effectively. Will Chad bail on the attempt?
Cancel it, Chad. You're not stupid. You're stupid, clearly.
Right, cancel.
Raw Dog stamina.
He'll get flipped now. Surely he's gone too far, right? I don't know what I'm talking about, to be honest. It's been that much. He's on to 4 guys. That's not too bad. Leg lock. Nice denial.
Oh, gets denied.
Armbar.
Ooh.
Leg lock.
Raw Dog stamina now at an all-time low. Leg lock attempt inbound.
Oh, you fucker. This is going to be close.
Ooh.
Get your head in close, boys. This one may be a close one.
Chad looking to get the leg lock finish.
Log
Make
head,
the
but he
first
will get the
defense of the
transition.
145-pound title. Ooh.
Oh, Chad's moving faster because he's got
What?
the extra transition. This could be close.
I think Chad's got it. I think Chad has secured.
Raw Dog needs to
Close.
slow it down. Raw Dog needs to slow it down. Raw Dog needs to
all over.
That's it.
Yep.
All over.
Wow.
Chad with the heel hook in round 2. What a performance.
Vintage Chad defending the 145-pound title for the first time. Dismissing Raw Dog in their rematch. The first champ on AGRO35 to successfully defend their belt. Congrats to the King Chad.
Only fighter to defend his belt on this card.
Good work on him to drain the stamina before going for that submission. Maybe he tested Raw Dog before and thought, when this guy's got some stamina in the tank, hard to get him out of here. I'll deplete that and then go for an attempt. Kane, your thoughts on the finish?
I don't want to sound rude, but predictable. You know, Chad is a master grappler. Really is a grinder in that department. And even on his feet, he's improved leaps and bounds. truly a fantastic fighter. You know, the sky's the limit. It generally is the aggro goat. I don't think there's absolutely any question about that. He is the pound for pound #1 in aggro. I'd love to see him stay around that division and sort of clear out the division, and then maybe go for a super fight. We'll have one of the champions at Xbox, even one of the champions at 170, be the first champion to hold.
Ian
belt.
Torres,
That'd be
currently at
interesting.
170. I
Right,
do think that the fight with Liam has to be in the future at some point in order to solidify.
We
Right,
do have
let's bring the
Chad
man in.
for an interview.
Here we go, the Southern man himself.
Chad, welcome to the booth. First of all, congrats on the victory. And still, what are your thoughts on the fight? Walk us through it.
I actually got a bit nervous during the fight, really badly. As in, this is the most nervous I've been in ages. I don't know why, because I felt really confident, literally, and then it got into the first round. And I don't know, I felt nervous. And there was a few subs where I was getting jittery where I should have got them. But beyond that, I think it was a good performance. I'm happy with it. I didn't really get hurt.
Was it distressing to see two champions lose their titles predicating your fight?
Yeah, I'm gutted for Kane. I've talked like this because I think it sounds better. I'm gutted for Kane. I really thought that he'd easily mop the floor with Ned, but he obviously lost. Cobby, well, I mean, he did a kind of. There's a few moments where he could have won that fight very easily, but he chose to go for headhunting. But he got very unlucky as well. I don't know. I think it was always never in doubt that I'd lose my belt, but it was extremely shocking.
Were you looking for a sort of heel hook leg lock finish, or was that a submission that you didn't want to get Raw Dog in?
No, Raw Dog does very well at keeping you in half guard. I mean, he's the first person to reverse me for so long. I mean, I did very well in reversing him back, but yeah, he battled me on the ground for 47 seconds of his control. But I got pushed into full guard a few times, and I saw his stamina was low, and I thought, even though it's a very underpowered submission, I think I have the ability to get it. And obviously, it turned out I did.
Was there anything that surprised you from Raw Dog's approach in your rematch with him?
I think he was timid and afraid, and I think the second I opened up, I knew he was going to block his body straight away. So I opened up with a spinning head kick, hit him straight away. I wanted to put pressure on him, I was straight in his face. And I even stood with him for a bit longer to kind of put him on edge. I wasn't really throwing anything of consequence because I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get hit early with him. But I wanted to throw him off, really confuse him, make him think that I was taking him for a bit of a mug, which I was not.
Chad.
Chad, I have to ask you a question about the future, of course, looking into the next several weeks to months. As you maybe rack up a couple more defenses of the 145-pound belt, do you fancy a super fight between the new 155-pound champ, Liam?
No. I want to go to PlayStation. I don't enjoy this anymore.
Chad?
I don't enjoy Xbox.
What division is that, my friend?
Oh, 145, that's my home. I want to go back to my belt. I never lost it for a reason. And I want to give Jamie a very nice fight. Very fun fight. I'm very much looking forward to it. Because I was originally planning on staying for one more fight for Viewpoint. Because I thought a submission guy, get him out the way, then go back and beat Jamie. But, I mean, obviously he didn't fight tonight, so there's no one for me, really. So I'll go to PlayStation again, I suppose.
What about this? Quick little spurting my brain out a bit. Probably shouldn't do this live. Ultimate Fighter 45 PS4 versus Xbox One.
I'm in 100%. 100%.
Who would want to see that? Let's see it in the chat. 35 views right now. Who would want to see an Ultimate Fighter between the owner and the GOAT? What about you two?
I would love to do an
Kane
Ultimate
and Ben,
Fighter.
what would you say?
Oh, I'm 100% in. I've always wanted to.
I will only watch if Chad takes up the role of Stone Cold Steve Austin and Jamie takes up the role of Vince McMahon, and you just rip on each other. Jamie, you've got to do the Vince McMahon walk as well. If you don't do it, I'm not tuning in.
Oh, I'll record me doing it all the way to Chad's house.
We can do that one in person, hopefully.
Yeah. We'll break lockdown rules and we'll do the we'll fight in the hospital.
We'll just not leave. We'll do it in the same house. I've got both consoles. We could fucking no. Yeah, no. It was impeccable. I'm looking forward to Jamie. I mean, look, they keep wanting me to fight these fighters that are beating the lowest ranks in the division, and I just think there's no point. I mean, you can be 5-1 against piles of shit. I mean, this is Liam's first good win, but anyway.
We won't rush into anything, obviously, though, with the Ultimate Fire. The matchmakers may not agree with me, and they probably won't. But I think it'll be cracking. Maybe I have to get a defence under my belt first, although my whole division now currently is cleaned out. So I think we're in the same situation, Chad.
Well, I'm vacating the belt. So I want that one. I want that. I think it makes complete sense, the Ultimate Fighter. Now you've completely sold me on it.
Wow.
I'm in.
Right, so
We'll allow the matchmakers to decide in the future what that tough looks like. Either way, looking forward to seeing you in the future, Chad. Congrats on your victory again, and still incredible job.
Never in doubt. Thank you.
well, this night has been full of everything you want to see in an aggro card.
Whew.
You go to
What
other
card,
places.
boys.
Incredible upsets.
You go to other places like ESFL and KJ for high level performances. You come to aggro to be entertained. And what else can we do for you? 3 title fights,
Yep.
1 on late notice, 2 on news, 1 of the greatest upset in aggro history in Gregman beating Betpick. Then followed by probably the second best aggro upset in history. A negative title challenger winning the belt against Kane, who was brilliant.
It's crazy, that, isn't it?
We will do the bonuses. We will post them on Twitter. No pre-fight. press
Finally,
conference,
a
no
good
post-fight.
commentary team. No more Cody, please. Dude makes me want to blow my brains out.
I agree. Sorry, I got off. No, I'm joking. It's all love.
Yeah, it's all love.
Yuri, definitely good in his own right, but I do have to agree the chemistry is on point between myself, Kane, and Jamie. Wonderful card today, 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Boys, been a pleasure being in the booth today.
A night like that is what I'm started aggro for. Fucking hell, I'm sweating.
Are we live? Or?
K5
You know,
fired.
I don't want to end. I don't want it to end. What a night.
Additionally, debut of K5 fired, biggest underdog on the card and won in striking fashion.
We've got to watch
Looking
that
forward to
Greg.
seeing his
Before
future
we finish the
in
stream, we've got to
aggro.
watch Gregman versus Betpick. I need to find out how to watch it.
Jay, I'll walk you through how to get the highlights and things like that.
Crazy.
I want my rematch against Yuri, former Xbox 170-pound champion, Aussie, calling out the
50
commentator.
G's, baby. Gregman.
Greg
Jamie
Man
speaking.
definitely deserves. My perspective on Greg Man has been flipped, complete 180. All
Me too.
respect to the underdog. Great job, Greg.
Wow. Gregman, this is Jamie speaking. Amazing performance, mate. All respect. We'll see you soon. Wow. Chad, Kane.
Oh, are we doing the announcement, Jamie? Are we doing the announcement? Or are you waiting till after?
We're gonna after that. What we're just saying, I don't think we need to. I think we'll save that one for tomorrow. Everyone, stay tuned for tomorrow. We'll get working on the next